Man found her. She was tangled in some brush in a ditch next to his yard. I was so happy to be reunited with her. The man said he wasn't worried about the reward. He was just happy and surprised to find her.
That's the end of the story.
Several hours later, the man's mother texted me and said that they want the reward. And told her what her son had told me. She then texted me back and said her son has a brain injury and doesn't always know what he is saying, and that she would be in contact again to get the reward money.
What is she holding someone hostage? I will be in contact again.
I feel like the man was being a good Samaritan and knew what he was saying and didn't want any reward money. I feel like the man's mother is seeing this as an easy way to score some money, so I refused to give it to her. I told her in my last text to her that I will only deal with her son.
I believe she is not the arsehole.
Absolutely. I pushed that and it didn't work.
Today I fucked up by not peeing before a booty call. I was scrolling through my city's hookup subreddit and saw a post looking for a discreet hookup ASAP. I DM'd her and exchanged details like nationality, pics, etc.
Nationality? Is this guy like, listen, I'm a bit of a racist, so I'll only have sex with people of my own nationality. Thanks very much. Like, who checks nationality?
My heart skipped a beat when I saw her because she was so obviously out of my league, incredibly beautiful and the same nationality as mine, which is always a plus.
This is important.
After spending 40 minutes driving to her and basically emptying what was left of my tank, I get to her place. My bladder feels somewhat full, but I didn't think much of it considering what was going on. We get to her bedroom and get the niceties out of the way. You know, ask for a passport check. She is the nationality that she says she is.
Actually, you're illegally in this country. I've got to call Homeland Security.
Ice, ice, baby. I asked to use her restroom to wash my hands. Maybe I should pee just to be safe.
Yeah, go for it. Good idea.
But I don't know why. I didn't want her to know that I peed right before having sex with her, because I was afraid it might turn her off a bit. So I didn't pee. And that's where the fuck up happens. Junior just shrinks and goes limp, which has never happened before. I'm not sure how to tell her that I need to pee real quick so that we can get back at it. At this point, I just dejectedly say I'm sorry and blame it on some work-related stress, and ask her if we can do this another day. Soon as I leave from her place, she blocks me on Reddit and WhatsApp as well. Had a feeling this would happen, but there you go. In anybody's mind, who thinks it's a great idea to call it off rather than just go to the fucking toilet?
Just go to the toilet, go back, and start doing stuff to her.
Might she be more turned off by me not getting it up and doing her, or might she be turned off by the fact that I go and pee like people do several times a day, every day for their entire life?
There is a fuck there.
But it's not the fuck up that he is mentioning. He is the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just go for a fucking piss.
Mission impossible.
You thought the girl was getting peed on, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. At a recent family gathering, my 2-year-old son bemused the crowd by repeatedly shouting, "Pickle Lane toy car."
Alex has read ahead. Alex has died. Start again. Gather yourself and have another go.
I can't. At a recent family gathering, my 2-year-old son bemused the crowd by repeatedly shouting, "Pickle Lane toy car." I denied knowing what he was talking about. What they don't know is that on the way to the venue, I had reason to shout, "Pick a lane, Tory cunt," at another road user.
That's great, isn't it?
I just...
Pickle Lane toy car.
Pickle Lane toy car. We're off to Pickle Lane. Oh, God. I don't know how they knew they were a Tory, but they may be, I don't know.
Maybe it was like a bumper sticker or something.
Maybe a bumper sticker. I heart Boris. Or something like that.
Yeah, they definitely get pickle laned.
Am I the arsehole for not letting daughter go to music festival after I accidentally saw her text? I'm a single dad to 3 kids. Oldest is 16. Story starts when for the umpteenth time our Apple iCloud got screwed up. Sometimes our texts would show up in each other's inboxes, sometimes. Now, I'm usually a trusting dad, and I delete these threads without reading them as soon as I notice they're there. But this time, it was different. My daughter is planning on attending a certain music festival with some friends. She has a job and bought a ticket on her own. I originally had no issue. When I saw an interesting message in a thread with her friend that showed up on my phone, the message read, "We should be able to sneak it in if we hide it well." So, I snooped. I opened the thread and I read it. I was shocked at what I saw. She was talking about alcohol. Oh my god, this dude. Her and her friends are planning on sneaking in alcohol, marijuana, and something I've personally never heard of called Molly. This isn't real. I decided that I wasn't going to allow her to go to the festival. Even if her bag is clean when she leaves the house, I know she will find a way to
Get the drugs.
Shit, if my kid had a lead on some Molly, I'd probably hit them up. She thinks I'm wrong to take away something she spent her own money on. I told her it's not the concert, it's what she's planning on doing there, and I can't possibly be okay with it if I know about it in advance. Am I an arsehole for doing this?
I find this a very difficult conversation as father of daughter. I think I would just let her go while making sure that she enters with a virtually empty bag.
Yeah, I would probably
It's
just have a
probably what I would
conversation
do.
saying, listen, our crazy Apple situation, which I made up, has led me to realise that you are going to do drugs and alcohol. And look, I get it. I know you're going to do it, but I'm worried about you. So listen, here's the thing. I'll pick you up after it. I think he is the arsehole. He's gone about it all the wrong way.
He's gone about it.
Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. 6 years ago, I swapped my then girlfriend, now wife's cat with a more well-behaved look-alike. She had an all-black cat that was extremely aggressive. It scratched everyone, hissed at everyone, and didn't use its litter box half the time. One week she went out of town to visit her family, and I was supposed to go to her apartment and feed it. First night I went over, it scratched the shit out of my arm. I joked to the cat that it's not special and I'll replace it if it scratches again.
Now here's your first problem. The cat doesn't understand you or give a fuck about you.
I thought about it enough that it wasn't a joke. The next morning I went to the local animal shelter, found an identical cat,
Did you take a fucking Polaroid with him? Like, right, no.
two pink nose.
Oh, yeah, that's got a freckle. That's no good.
Yeah.
I don't know if cats have got freckles, but let's go with it. Ah! This could work.
Close enough. Found an identical cat who was already litter box trained and acclimated to people. So I adopted it, took it to my wife's apartment, settled it in, then drove her original cat down to the river where I put it in a sack and threw it away. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. Settled it in, then drove her original cat to an animal shelter a town over. It's been 6 years since then. We still have the swapped cat. It answers to the original cat's name. My wife knows nothing.
I hope his wife finds out and murders him. Well, no. What will actually happen is the wife will find out and she'll take the husband down to a bar and then take home a different man instead.
Yeah. Honestly, it would be amazing if she just went over to another town over and just with a Polaroid of her husband as like black hair, black beard, blue eyes. Yep, you'll do. And then comes back with him one day. And then the husband's like, what the hell? You're cheating on me? It's like, well, he looks the same.
Meet Dave.
It's the same. That would be the ultimate. Today I fucked up by telling my boss about my pickle addiction. I have always been a bit of a pickle addict.
That's not a thing.
I put them on sandwiches, salads, and even eat them straight out of the jar. I never thought it was a big deal, just a harmless quirk of mine. My boss asked me to come into her office. As I sat down, she looked at me with a serious expression and asked if I had anything to tell her. Feeling a bit nervous, I started rambling on about my pickle addiction. I thought it would be funny and lighten the mood, but it ended up having the opposite effect. My boss stared at me in disbelief and asked if I had any other unprofessional habits.
Oh, fuck off.
I tried to explain it was just a harmless quirk, but she didn't see it that way. She told me that my pickle obsession was a sign of a lack of professionalism. This isn't real. This is not real. And that it was affecting my work. She said I needed to get help and that she'd be forced to terminate my employment if I didn't. I told her, that's not gonna fly, and you can fucking try it, but I'll take you to a fucking tribunal faster than I can say pickle in my mouth. So go fuck yourself. I was shocked and devastated. I didn't say what Alex said at all. I was let go that day, and it was all because of my pickle addiction.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
I love that it didn't hear your musical scatting, but as soon as the mic opened, you were like...
I don't know if I wasn't really clear what noises I was making. Bloop! And just, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, welcome in. There's our names. I'm Alex Borton, and this is J-Dub.
You forgot
As
your
we,
name for a second.
as
then.
we call him, because he's down with the street and cool.
People
I was
used to-
focusing on your own name.
Oh, right, fair
Your-
enough. You're like, what's he called again? I
J-Dub.
Need to get this right before I finish saying my own name. Yeah.
Did anyone ever call you J-Dub?
Not J-Dub, but he was called J-W.
I just feel like J-W
Or
is a bit too
JW.
long. Oh, yeah, that. Okay.
J-W.
JW.
ECW.
J-W.
Yeah. That's what people used to call me.
That's what they call you.
In the early to mid 2000s.
Back on those halcyon days.
Back on the wrestling cover forum.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes. Making covers for videotapes, and then when videotapes became obsolete, DVDs.
So what? So you're in a forum where you discussed how to, like, make alternative art covers for existing...
You could do the alternatives. You could do the like recreations. You could get the originals.
I see.
Yeah, it was a thrilling time.
And they were like,
I'm sure
yo,
I don't need to
J-Dub,
tell you.
what do you think about loaded dice or fully loaded? And you'll be like, well, I'm thinking of doing it so like all the dice are sixes. And they're like, wow, that's so cool. I don't actually remember what the real one was.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was like. The and also on there they would have graphics competitions. So not just making video covers, be making little like promotional graphics for wrestlers and things. And it would be you against another person, best graphic wins.
Oh, that sounds quite fun.
And it was really fun, actually. And that's where I learned like Photoshop and graphic design and stuff. So yeah, it was actually a useful hobby.
Back when I cared about shit, I got into one specific massive argument with a woman who didn't know what she was talking about on the internet.
Yeah, they exist.
It wasn't just the fact that she was a
Some of
woman.
them are here
I need to say that's true. She happened to be a woman. I'm not saying that, like, anyway, I'm going to dig myself a hole here.
Sorry. Will cheered 173 bits. Plus 3.
I know. Thank you very much, Will. It's very kind. This is episode 176 of the relentless barrage of nonsense that we call Don't Get Me Started, and it's very pleasing to see you all here. Well, I dig myself out of my misogynist ways to say, a wrestling fan on the internet was wrong. I was right. I told them they were wrong. And they were like, oh, bless, don't you get it? And I'm like, oh my God, I must never go on the internet again because it's going to be like this all the time. Arguing over Triple H. What the fuck was wrong with me? I was like 21. Back in those halcyon days.
Were you arguing that he was totally like controlling and refusing to give up his spot?
Yeah.
That was the standard argument in 2003.
Yeah. I presume that was my argument. I honestly couldn't tell you now. I probably wasn't right. She might well have been right. God, I hope not. But listen, the unexamined life isn't worth living. It's best not to look back on your things because then you'll discover that you were wrong about things. And that doesn't help further your cause of believing that you're completely right. Just move on with your life and forget all the bad things ever happened. Just turn it off.
Unless you're a racist, misogynist cunt, in which case remember everything and change your ways.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, we're here.
Yes.
So are you.
We're drinking wine.
Wrong, says Jim. Wrong. We're drinking wine because at the weekend we did the great wine tasting, the great blind wine tasting of 2024.
Blind tasting.
Blind tasting. The Malbecian challenge, we called it. And we took 4 Malbecs and we put them into glasses and we did...
And they each decided to throw each other over the top rope until...
Yes,
was
until
winner.
one Malbec was left.
You understand that the Malbecs were not eliminated unless both punts touched the floor.
Both the glass bottom.
Both sides of the punt touched the floor.
Yes.
That's a very niche wine/wrestling joke, and I stand by it, frankly.
Yeah. 4... Imagine if it was like...
4 wines enter.
40 wines enter, and we keep drinking them and go, no, that's shit, we just keep
Throw
chucking
it
them
over
out.
the top rope.
Yeah.
We could do that, just sit in a little fake wrestling ring and just throw them
Chuck
over.
things over.
Yeah.
Have them fight each other, and then like eventually just go, this one can go. The prisoner of Malbekistan.
One of them Kofi Kingston's their way around the ring and jumps back in. Like, what the fuck?
How did this wine get back there? So we tried 4 wines, and these are the remnants of the wine, because if nobody drinks them, they're going to get thrown away. So you decided not to drive round to Borton Towers tonight and walked instead so that you could enjoy the remnants of the wine. This is the worst wine we tasted that night.
And quite possibly the worst wine ever.
Yes, it was.
That's not true. I have had worse than this.
Yeah, me too.
But it's not good. It's better than it was on Saturday. I don't know.
It is.
I don't know if the days aging it has
Thank you for the days.
made it better.
We, for your interest, if you give a shit about this, we're going to tell you anyway. We had 4 wines. This one came from a subscription box that Aletha got when someone, this subscription company called Wine 52 decided to offer free wine if you paid the postage for it, and they sent you it. And then obviously they sucker you in for the subscription service, which you then immediately cancel and have 3 free bottles of wine. So we tried one, and it was total shit. And then we tried this one as part of the package, and we identified it immediately as also shit. So
you haven't got 3 better to taste it against. But wait, this
there's
story
more.
isn't over.
So this is Elixir. It's a Uruguayan Malbec. I tried to look it up on the Vivino app, and it doesn't come up because no one knows about it. The thing about these subscription services is they like to kind of make out like, the art is so wonderful. I wonder if there's still one around here. Here it is. Here's the other one.
Uruguay, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out. That is an excellent bottle.
Yeah.
Even if did you say it wasn't an excellent wine?
This one is the one we haven't tried. We've got 3. First one was shit. The second one was that one. This is the third unopened, and it does look gorgeous. It looks lovely, but I bet you dollars to donut that it tastes like shit.
Probably.
So the hot takeaway from this, if I might say, and maybe they should go in the sea, I'm not sure that they've really warranted it exactly, is that Wine 52, and probably I would go so far to say all subscription wine services are nothing more than a scam to get rid of the dregs of the shit that comes from around the world that you don't know is shit until you get it. And by that point, you've already subscribed. So fuck wine subscription services
I would
in the
say
A.
You can probably just go into any supermarket, buy the cheapest bottle of wine on the shelf, and it will still be better than this. And you'll have spent about the same. You won't get as many. But
There's this strange belief that special and art and strange and different and somewhere around the world equals something new and interesting, and you're going to be the only one to find this unique drink.
people love exclusivity.
Yeah, and they love exclusivity, and they love the fact that, like, I'll spin that wheel, and what they send me will arrive at my house, and it'll be a joyous, interesting surprise, when in actual fact, it's going to be a turd in a bottle, and there was just as much chance of it going turd as it was hitting. And it's like we were talking about shirt in a box.
Yeah, it's a shirt in a box.
Which is it could be a subscription service. You buy an NFL jersey, or you can get a football. Imagine if we did football, like a Premiership football.
It would mean absolutely nothing to me.
No,
So,
but we could, and you pay £60, and they send you a random football shirt or NFL shirt. I probably do other ones as well, and you think, oh my god, I'm going to get this really interesting old style like Cantona jersey if you're for want of picking like a football reference, or I'll get like Jerry Rice or or like Peyton Manning back at the Colts or something like that.
I used to have a Cantona jersey.
There you go. Right, but you won't.
And it was a super rare, unique one. It was, if you'll cast your mind back to the mid-90s.
I remember that time. I was 18.
At the time when Manchester United had that shit kind of, it looked like
crazy
when you haven't got a channel on the TV.
Yeah.
And it
multicoloured
like
and strange.
just grey
and weird.
grey and like snowstormy.
Do you know what? They complained about that jersey.
They did complain about that jersey. I had that jersey because my uncle, in his efforts to get me into soccer, bought me that jersey.
Do you know, it's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah,
As a gift goes, I mean, if you'd have got into it, you'd have been really pleased about that. Except you didn't. The team's crap, and that was the worst strip of all time. So it's totally, on 3 counts, the worst gift of all time. Do you like this guy?
I do.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah. I still wore it.
Did your friends find it difficult to pick you out? Because that was the complaint that was issued by the players of Man United, is that they lost
that first game wearing it because they couldn't find each other when they went to pass, and that is what.
Oh, no one ever complained about that. But I mean, now my lonely childhood makes a lot of sense.
It's like, where's Jeremy?
Why nobody came near me?
I'm here. Pass me the ball.
It was the shirt all along.
It was the shirt all along. Couldn't pick you out against because it was kind of snowstormy. And when you're kind of looking around and you've got colours of the crowd, that was their complaint. It was that you couldn't pick them out as a clear block colour. They didn't use it very long. So it's probably worth some money.
Yeah, I don't think I still have it.
No, it's probably some worth any money.
Collector's item, that. Worth a load of cash. Yeah, I don't have it. I think I gave it to someone. Probably Matt, because he is an actual Manchester United fan from actual near Manchester.
He would probably like that.
Most
well, he's a Man United fan and he's a Patriots fan.
I know. Like, if he couldn't be any more of a cunt.
He's a massive glory hunter.
I bet he's like a Boston Celtics fan as well. Massive.
There's probably other options. But yes, there is this belief. Yeah, so you can randomly get a shirt in a box and you think you're going to get, just like the wine, you think you're going to get something incredible and special and you're going to roll the dice on the thing and it won't. It'll be shit. Imagine it'd be like a book club. They probably do a subscription book club.
I was going to say, it's just like, Britannia Music Club.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
What will you get?
And the attempting to get off is similar to what Alith said. I had to call up a customer service rep to cancel it, and he really asked me in a lot of ways why I didn't want any more wine. That sort of system can get in the sea.
He asked you what? He asked you loads of time. What? That's it. When you
like, I want to quit the gym.
I want to quit. I remember trying to get out of Love Film, and I've said this before, but like the guy kept asking me loads of questions about why I wanted to leave, and he was like, right, we're going to process that, but just before we do, can I just check with you definitely want to leave? And I'm like, yes, I want to leave. And it's like, okay, I'm going to offer you now a year's free stuff and sucking your dick. And you, no, I don't want it. Okay, fine. Well, now I'm going to chat to you. And I'm like, man, just...
You're like, this guy doesn't want his dick sucked. Can you believe
he doesn't want
this guy?
Like...
Are you sure you want to quit?
It's like, they're long, painful 15 minutes. I said, by the way, I'm paying for this stuff. I'm on the phone to you. I know what you're doing. You're working through the script. And I don't know if it's killing you or what, but just cut to the chase. Because you're not making any friends here, are you? Do you think for one moment...
it's killing me.
Do you know what? People who... How do we word this?
Shall we kick off this show with a bit of getting in the fucking
immediately?
Sea? All right, then. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Get in the sea, the sway cunty segment where we stick things directly in the sea and hope it drowns, and we'll never see it again.
Speaking of cunts, before you do, a fine selection of cunts have received some gift subs from the anonymous gifter,
the Subatron 5000,
and one
keeping
of
us in wine. Thank you very much, Will.
Is me, so that's double win.
Yes,
I get a sub and the money from the sub.
Wow, I wonder if I ever get subbed into this sort of shit.
I've never seen your name ever, so no.
Don't worry, I'm not that worried.
You probably don't even follow us, because that would be on brand, really.
I mean, I don't know. I don't pay attention to these things, basically. But anyway, in the sea for some kind of subscription-based language. Go. Yeah, like being when you're on the phone to retentions, going through an unnecessary amount of obstacles just to leave. Basically, sometimes people go onto retention because they want to kind of get something out of it. Like, I don't really want to leave. I'm like, well, this is shit. I suppose I'm going to have to leave, Sky. And they go, okay, we'll give you this. And you go, okay, you got me. And that's the thing. But if you're saying, like, listen, by the way, they're under no uncertain terms, I want to leave forever. And they're like, well, we just need to chat to you. I really kind of want to know what it was that Aletha had said to her in order to keep her hanging on the telephone, in the words of Blondie. But yes, I would like to put in unnecessarily long. How do I word this? Unnecessarily long.
I've got a way to word it.
Yes.
I want to quit the gym.
I want to quit the gym. Boom. Having to go through an unnecessary amount of steps to cancel a service. That's lovely, Harmstone. Very well done.
Mine was bad at, but sure.
/ I want to quit the gym. That's really good. That's perfect. Yes,
get
fuck
that
those.
in there.
Stick it in there.
There's no character limit on Excel. Just
whilst we're on the subject of things, Anybody want to put something in the sea while we're on the subject? You can suggest anything, and we will be the final decision makers on this one. Subscription wine services are going in the bin, though, in general. I think they're just going in the wine bin.
I mean, the wine bin is where you want to get your wine more so than the subscription service.
Right.
So, yeah.
But subscription service wine, masquerading as good wine, I'm not just saying this for kicks, but is in fact total shit and get in the sea. So, subscription wine services.
That's a good one. You got well on that one.
Yes, Brexit. Did I? Oh, nice. Asymmetrical sign up and cancel. I do love that. Whenever I sign up to something, especially if it's an American service like ESPN, I remember wanting to get onto ESPN at some point for some sort of ESPN thing. And I thought, but if I go on this, how easy will it be to unsubscribe?
To quit, yeah.
Because sometimes they don't have a button. Some websites make it very hard to cancel, which may well be something that should also go in.
All of them, really.
Yeah. Like something like, I'll tell you what does this well. It's like WWE Network. I mean,
you can quit that very easily.
You can, and I do it all the time. You go onto the thing, it says manage your subscription, and you click on it. It says cancel subscription. You go on it. There's a big red button saying cancel, and it goes block, and you're done. And I love it because they know full well you're going to come back again and make it. Don't make me.
You're only cancelling for 2 weeks while there isn't a pay per view, and then you'll be back when the next pay per view is. Yeah.
So I think that websites that deliberately make it hard for you or near on impossible for you to unsubscribe from something can get in the sea as well.
Yeah.
Basically.
Do you know, the worst offenders are internet service providers, in my experience.
Oh, really?
The worst ones being AOL. Remember AOL?
I do.
And Virgin Media. Fucking impossible to cancel.
Do you know what? Now is really difficult. We got Now. Now it's still got Now because it's really difficult to do it. But like, they now do a thing. In fact, I quite like to put Now in the sea. In fact, can we just quickly put in...
Say Now a few more times.
Now. Now is the winter of our discontent. Now, you can't find your way. It's like going through a maze, and then it keeps going, I want to manage my account. So you go into manage account, and then it goes, okay, but yeah, so do you want to go to services? Okay, so what service do you want to buy? No, I don't want to buy a service. I want to get rid of the one I've got. Okay, well then you really need to go to that one. And then eventually, once you go through all of it, it says, you could use our live chat. So you click on it, it goes, live chat isn't working. And you go, okay, fine. And then it goes like, in lieu of live chat, why don't you ring this number? And then you ring the number, and it goes through for a bit. And I tell you, it's done it so many times, I've almost broken my phone in half. It gets to the point where it goes, please tell us your number. So I go, doop, 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 doop. And it goes, and I've typed it in. I've typed in my number on the keypad.
That's not a real number.
Goes,
Try
doop,
again.
doop, doop, doop. No, it doesn't even say that. It just goes, I'm sorry, we didn't quite catch that. As if you've said it verbally, which is what I'm like, you can't not catch it. I typed it and it went, and then so I go, doop, 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 doop. And there's a pause and it goes, we hung on as long as we could. Maybe try again later, and then cuts me off. And it does it every fucking time. Did it like 8 times in a row until I just found a way around it. I was just like, so Now TV and all you can't cancel because we're cunts can get in the sea.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck 'em. Curry.
Also,
Yes.
sorry, before you do,
I was just going to cut in there.
since you've said it so many times and it's done my head in, the word now.
Shit. There's a lot of that's what I call music-based compilation albums that are going to be displeased about that.
Yeah. Now you may talk about...
Curry's broken website. What's broken about it?
Well, it's broken, obviously. You don't use the word broken twice without it being broken.
Maybe Harmstone's broken. He doesn't realise he's used the word twice. I mean, that is possible.
It is possible, yeah.
I don't want to get into Brexit while he's talking
time.
about that, because Brexit, I mean, we're not getting into politics here.
We don't do politics.
No.
Even though it's election night in the States, we don't do politics.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You know, the only politics we'll do is make the right choice, America.
Oh, God, please.
Like, for the love
By the
of
way,
God.
what blows my mind is how they haven't worked out. There's like, you know, the
A
sweaty...
very obvious fucking choice and a very obvious non-choice.
You know the meme where it's the guy sweating over the buttons or something like that? It's like
it's
that.
Not, except
and it shouldn't be
it's
like
not
that.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, it really
blows
should
my
not be like
mind.
that.
Do you know, I spoke to that woman in Eindhoven that time when me and Petty went to Eindhoven, and she was like, oh, yeah, he's the...
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, Trump's the greatest thing that's ever happened to our country. He's amazing, blah, blah. And she just went on about it for ages, and I'm like, is this a joke? I'm looking around like cameras are going to come out, and it's like all these balloons are going to drop down.
Watch out, Beatles about...
It was a bit like that. I'm like, are you for real?
We're going to get this guy to admit he likes Donald Trump, and then we'll jump out from behind the car.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's okay. Wow. Tried to order something over the weekend and they charged my gift card but didn't actually process the order. No one seems to be able to fix it. Ugh, so they've taken your money, but they haven't got an order. Okay, well, yeah. Do you know what? That's shit. Let's put it in the sea.
No, that's just Harmstone being cheap, isn't it?
What, you think that... But, you know, the website didn't work.
Yeah, it's probably Harmstone's fault. But
Right.
fine, I guess.
Throw Harmstone in the sea.
For people other than Harmstone for whom this is a problem, sea. What's that you said? Put Harmstone in the sea?
I mean...
It's been a long time coming, to be fair.
I mean, I said it as a joke, but it has a nice ring to
It
it.
does. Yeah.
We should think about putting him in the sea.
I don't even know if I ever actually sent him as a Municy Idol, or
Oh,
whether
we should
it's still
probably
in a
send him
box
that
somewhere.
before we put him in the sea.
Did we actually send? I think I did eventually.
Did we
send
send you the
Immunicy
Idol?
If it isn't
That's so
with
funny.
you did. That's all right then, because I had no idea where it was otherwise.
I feel I think on a whim. Don't think it, just do it.
Harmstone, would you like to to do anything about this, or are you just going in the sea?
I'm going to tell you now. I think he hasn't done enough to deserve being put in the sea at this moment.
Okay, fair enough then. It's got to be unanimous because you're a
Step back
person.
from the edge.
Have you guys done
Shots
This Is
fired,
Happening?
though.
We have not done This Is Happening yet. We went into Getting the Sea, but we will. This Is Happening.
We'll get back
very
to it.
shortly. Anything else for the sea?
Ooh, I think there was something, but I can't remember.
Just his head. Let's dunk Harmstone's head in a toilet. Is that like a sea?
Yeah, let's give him a splooshy or whatever they call them. Swirly.
His Harmstone's head down the toilet. There we go. Clock changes, said Karis. There you go.
Yes, Pirate Ferries. Okay, right. So, clock changes are bullshit.
They are, and they're unnecessary in the modern world. I get why they used to be a thing, because everyone worked very specific times and you were trying to get as much daylight into that 9 to 5 as possible. But it didn't really work then. And it certainly doesn't work now in a world where people don't work 9 to 5 and have hours all around the clock. And it doesn't matter whether it's light or dark. You're going to be miserable anyway because that's just the way life is. So there's no need to fuck around with the clocks.
Yeah.
We're miserable enough, you massive bunch of cunts.
I agree. Let's put clock changes in the sea. There was several things that I really wanted to put in the sea and have been annoying me this week, but they can't come to my mind. Maybe it's just subscription service. What's wrong with DFDS ferries? I've been on DFDS ferries and they have been charming and lovely.
It's pronounced Duftus.
Duftus.
Duftus
Ferries double the price if you wait until the same day to book. So now I'm waiting in Belgium.
Double the price? That's why
If
they
you
call
wait.
me Terry Tibbs.
Ferries double the price if you wait until the same day to book. So don't wait until the same day to book.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds like a you problem, mate. Book your ferries
so now
in
I'm
advance.
waiting in Belgium. Well, you're telling me that... Oh, I see. So now you've had to book for, like, the next day.
You fucked around, and therefore they're charging you double. That sounds reasonable to me. Chat shit, get banged.
Until tomorrow. So basically, you came today, found it was too expensive, so you booked for tomorrow just
And you're
so
just
that...
sitting in a
Belgium.
ferry terminal in Belgium.
Yeah. Where are you? I mean, presumably you're
He
in...
was coming back from Sweden, wasn't he? So,
Oh, is he?
yeah.
They double the price at midnight.
Oh.
I don't know. Well, listen, I don't feel the need to put... I mean...
With a name like Duftus, it's
I was
not
going to say,
to the
he's
sea,
near
is it?
Ostenda. I was going to say, that's the only place I could think of that it would go to. Because Dunkirk is normally where we go to, and that's in France. So, yeah. Do you know what? I don't want to put it in the sea.
Nor me. He's like, in the sea!
In the sea!
Sorry, mate, it's not flying. I definitely enjoyed this more than I did on Saturday.
This wine
It was
is
still
much better.
bad, but it was not as bad. I finished my own wine this time. I gave it to you on Saturday, so
I feel like ferries
Yeah.
are already in the sea. Karis makes a very good point.
I might have put ferries in the sea after I got stuck on one, or stuck on the Isle of Wight instead of getting on a ferry.
Oh, yeah.
Although that might have been pre-GMS, so I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Potentially.
Who the fuck knows?
Shall we go to This Is Happening? Because I feel we've put enough things in the sea, right?
I think that is enough things in the sea, yes. And
Sorry,
actually,
in the sea. You fell for it. They're in the sea already. Go fuck yourself.
I have
Oh, yes.
some big ass happening news. So let's do it. I'm push the button, and I'm going to badly time This Is Happening.
Tell me...
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This is happening.
So, this is happening, the segment where we talk about all the cool shit that's happening for a little bit until it becomes unfunny. But if you have something you want to share, stick it in there and we might ignore it. Jess, it's a big ask, we know.
My arse is always happening. You are quite right. Thank you for pointing it out. Yes. I mean, it's just been a fantastic weekend overall. It's been a big weekend of fun. Obviously, it was wine tasting on Saturday, and also Aletha made sushi, and that was fucking cracking as well.
Epic.
On Halloween, we went to see some fireworks, and it was hands down the best fireworks display I've ever seen in my life. And let me tell you, in no uncertain terms, do not give a single shit about fireworks, and I enjoyed it, so it must have been good. Then we went home and watched The Masked Singer.
Yes.
And ate Mexican food.
And had some wine.
Man,
we drank a lot of
wine. A lot of wine this weekend.
I really admire all the fun you guys appear to have.
Yeah, really
we like it too.
Really had a great weekend. And then, just when I thought, the weekend was over and that life would go back to the dull grind of going back to work and all that kind of thing, it did. And I went back to work. But while I was in work, I received a phone call that said that somebody was putting in an offer on my house, which we then accepted.
You then accepted, so you effectively, barring any shit, sold the house.
Yes.
Oh, that's excellent.
But it gets better. Because immediately following that, I put in an offer on the house that we want to move into.
Yes.
And that was accepted as well.
Hey!
So in the space of 2 hours, sold, bought, back to normal.
It's time for conveyancing, and you're going to have fun with that. That's going to be a bunch
I'll see you in 6 years.
See you later. Put in the con in conveyancing. That's just like a hot take. I'm sure they're lovely. This is awesome news. This is really, really good. It's an immense day. It is.
It has been a long time coming, for sure.
Yes.
But very, very happy with it, and happy with.
Can you reveal, where you're going to, or is that not something you want to talk about? Like, you're still in Cheriton, aren't you?
I'm still staying in Folkestone. Yeah. We're just moving to another part of Folkestone.
Yeah.
And
is it the place you mentioned to me?
It is the place that we have been eyeing this entire time. Yes. Yeah. And so it's a place that we will be very happy in because I'm going to smash the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a sledgehammer to it. It's going
to smash its back doors in. Are you going to smash its back doors in?
I am going to smash its back doors
Fucking sexy.
Yeah. Maybe even the front door too.
Ooh, mama.
Haven't quite decided yet, but the front porch area definitely looks like it needs remodelling.
Is it the east wing of Borton Towers? No, they put a north by northwest wing in, basically.
Unfortunately, it's not as big as the east wing of Borton Towers. We can't have it all, but yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait until the housewarming party. Jim, I'd invite you and you wouldn't come, so what are you going to do about
Win-win. Yay, says Sassy. That's a very, 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 very good yay. Yay, I'm feeling yay about the whole thing as well.
Yeah, so that really made my day, obviously, and I've been riding that wave of awesome all day, even though my child is not quite as happy about it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? You said to her, "We've sold the house. We're moving somewhere else," and she was like, "No!"
It wasn't quite that bad. She is excited about the notion of moving, especially because we are moving to like a minute away from her best friend. But she loves our current house and doesn't want to leave it.
They're used to it, I get that.
Yeah, I even told her that when we move into the new place, with everything that we're going to do to it, the room that she moves into at that point is probably just a temporary room, and she can draw on the walls if she wants. And she was like, "Yeah, draw on the walls," and that excitement lasted for about 10 seconds before she went back to being sad again. And it sounds like that she's been sad again as Karis has put her to bed. So we'll see.
Oh,
She'll
really?
get the fuck over it, and she'll enjoy drawing on the walls, and then I'll draw on her and pin her to the wall, and there you go. Draw around her.
Yeah.
Man, that's actually a good idea. I might do that. That sounds like fun. Actually, stick her to the wall, draw around her,
her.
leave a silhouette of her on the wall. until we smash the wall down. Break the walls down!
You know, that is nothing's going to beat that. There was some
I probably should have finished the segment with that, shouldn't I? You're right.
And
It's not really-
and finally, good news in the Walker household, as the Walker household is no more. Anyway, good night. But yeah, that's excellent, good stuff. Looking forward to it. It's going to be cool. I like your current house, but I'm kind of like
I
just
don't dislike
used
my
to
house.
it, you know.
I really like the current house, but yeah.
She has decided she doesn't want a new bed after all. I didn't know she was getting one.
Oh, this was the other conversation. It was like, you know, we're moving into what is going to be, for us at least, a blank canvas, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. So when she was talking months ago about, oh, I really want one of those beds that you go up on the top of it. It's like a bunk bed, but you've got like a toy area or a
like a
desk
captain's
underneath it.
bed.
Like a captain's bed. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Would not fit in your room as it stands though, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like, now we can probably do that. So cabin bed, yeah.
Work have asked me to do a Christmas quiz. It will not be festive.
Oh, bar
Harmstone,
humbug.
why'd you do this shit?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
bar fucking humbug.
They already hate you. Why give them more reasons, right? I mean, I presume, because like I know you and they have met you as well. But like I know, and jumping to conclusions there. But
I don't think you are.
No, it's
No,
reasonable.
I think it's fair.
But I mean, why?
Why not do a Christmas quiz?
Do the thing they
but
want.
make it fucking tenuous and cryptic as fuck. But obviously Christmas.
You could win some friends here.
Yeah, and you could lose even more friends by making it Christmassy, but also annoying as shit. It's more effort. but-
Actually, Rudolph wasn't his name. I don't know if there was a. I'm trying to think of something fun that it might be. Actually, I think you'll find the 12 Days of Christmas start on the 25th, and so.
Everyone knows that as well.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't really have many Christmas facts that people don't know, really, because we've been living Christmas for such a long time now. There's nothing nobody doesn't know.
It's true. Christmas started in July this year, and we're living it right now. So
Picture round is going to be people called Carol. See, that's quite good.
that's fair. That's
good.
festive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's not Vorderman.
Carol Vorderman
Or-
is the first Carol
like,
I
you can't have obvious ones.
Carol
no
Vorderman.
Vorderman, no Smiley.
Oh, shit, I'm out. Carol.
No, from Tiger King. Baskin, that's her name.
Carol.
Mm.
I can't think of another Carol.
And I will not be acknowledging it. Well, I will be acknowledging my tribal chief, as I always do. We the ones.
We have existed and seen Christmas for many, many years. So now quiz,
Chris, as you call it
Quiz.
in the colloquial.
quiz, yeah. Christmas quizzes are just like, who were the wise men? What's going on with this? Why is Holly,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I used to trot out the same Christmas quiz every year when I was a teacher,
Yeah.
and I didn't even make it. I stole it from Karis. But it went down a treat, so I'm like, I'll just keep doing this with a different class every year, and they'll never know.
I'm going to make it very fun instead. Well, we'll be the judge of that.
I was going to say, I don't think you truly know what that means.
It will be a Christmas miracle. A Christmas quiz miracle at the very least.
Hooray,
well-
I'm back. Data went shite. Yeah, he was a bit shit in Picard, actually.
Yeah.
They just didn't need to bring him back.
What
at
was he
all.
doing in it?
There was just no need.
There was
Like,
absolutely no need.
Let
You
dead
knew it was
things
going to
stay
happen.
dead. You knew it was going to happen,
Oh,
of
God,
course. They
stop.
had to bring everyone back.
Why?
They even brought back the other dead one. What's her name? The Bajoran woman.
Rolaren?
Yeah, that's her, yeah.
Oh, shit me. Yes, they did.
Yeah, they brought back her as well.
Fuck me.
But so they,
Ow.
they couldn't leave Tasha dead in the actual series. Like,
Yeah.
everybody had to come back from the dead.
We're all coming
in
back.
Star Trek: The Next Generation / Picard. It's just unnecessary.
Hey, you made the music round. You made the music round in your quiz, presumably what Keris is saying. You used the quiz.
I mean, that is giving me a bit too much credit. I edited the music round. You provided the songs, and I made them 10 seconds long. Which is not the same as making the music round. But still, thanks for trying to give me some credit for something that I didn't do.
So, I mean, Christmas-wise,
Christmas-wise.
controversial opinion.
Controversial opinion.
Oh, actually, let's just go to the segment called controversial opinion. Oh no, wait, we better finish this
I
one.
don't
off.
think we're quite there yet.
Could
Could I?
yeah,
possibly
do you
have some
want the
more
next
wine?
one? So do you
Yeah,
want the next one up?
I do.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. I'm already getting like hot and pink, so I'm like, why not have an excuse for that with more wine? Yeah. So we've gone from the shittest of the wines. What did you say? We're just moving up a level now. This is the Lidl purchased wine. So basically, from what we were saying earlier, this is the wine that you should buy instead of getting the subscription-based wine. You should just go to your local supermarket, Lidl or wherever other supermarkets are available, get the cheapest one, and it will still be better than the subscription-based wine. Will it be better than the subscription-based wine after 2 days, 3 days? I can't even days anymore. We will be the judge of that. He's doing this very meticulously. He's using a wine measurer to measure it out.
Which one was your Thank you. Which one's mine?
I think that one was mine, yes.
Yeah,
So.
you had, I think my left hand. Well, okay, yes, this is the littlest hobo. There's a voice keeps on calling me.
Oh yeah, this is the bubbly wine, isn't it? Look at these bubbles. Can you see?
I don't
these
think there
bubbles?
should be bubbles in wine.
No, I don't. Not in red wine, anyway. But 2 of them were very bubbly. This one and the next one were very bubbly, and they were all quite sugary. I just don't get where the bubbles come from.
Where do bubbles come from? Who knows? Stop whining.
I'm probably going to go to bed in 5 minutes because I'm just knackered after all the excitement of today.
So much excitement.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Have you thought about themes for your house that maybe you know, like new?
Yes, I'm going to kick the door in to the tune of Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme. Wow.
By the way, speaking of that, I started watching, and I've watched 3 episodes of the Mr. McMahon.
Oh, it's so good.
It is good.
It's
As I was
better if
watching
you
it-
don't know anything about wrestling or Mr. McMahon. But
Yeah.
even as a wrestling fan, it's pretty good to just have everything you thought confirmed.
The first 3 episodes of this is a Netflix documentary, and the first 3 episodes are kind of exactly what I knew about everything, basically. In the steroids drug. I can't speak. It's fucking white. The steroids.
Alex died on the way back to his home planet.
The steroids trial that they did with Hogan and everything. Hogan going across to WCW. All the WCW stuff. All the 83 weeks of beating them. All the stuff that happened there. I didn't know much about some of the other kind of stuff that had happened, which was really horrible. I don't want to get into it, but some of the worst...
more recent things.
No, the old stuff with happened to the people who were setting up the ring and everything like that.
Yeah.
Patterson and stuff like that, and all that sort of bits and pieces, and all that sort of stuff I didn't know about. All the people who are in like the various different newspapers who were like documenting at the time, and all the stuff that people said. But largely, I did know most of what we've had so far. But it has been very interesting to have it laid out like that.
Yes.
But yeah, I've been really enjoying it.
So if you are enjoying that, when you get to the end of it, then I can provide it to you. You should watch the Dark Side of the Ring series, where it goes through lots of these things in a lot more detail, including the slapping of the. The
I never knew
journalist
that.
guy. Yeah. Really cool episode, that one. And there's loads of good Dark Side of the Ring episodes. It's definitely worth watching.
Like part of my, do you know? By the way, on one of the Hap went and played board games on Sunday with Nick Lawrence.
I think this is the worst one now.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, I think the other one was actually better.
Oh, goodness
For
me!
all my furore.
Get it out the sea! Get it out the sea, Margaret.
For all my furore.
Ah, she's not in tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you have a bigger garden. Yes, I do have a bigger garden, and it will have a lawn.
Pretty sure Alex found the Dark Side of the Ring that series in a hedge. That's true, actually. It was fucking sexy. That hedge gave us a lot, actually. There was always pornography in that hedge. Don't know how it happened, but I know which hedge it is as well. I'll show you if you want. But yeah, it's good. And I went to we went and played board games with Nick Lawrence at the weekend and his wife Susie, and we had a great time. And partway through, now what you need to know about Nick is he's a great guy.
So what you're saying is barbecue at yours next summer. You're goddamn right.
I'm loving it.
As long as I've actually managed to make it a garden by the summer. But sure, I'll make it work.
Yeah, what you should know about Nick is that whilst we are friends, we wasn't always the case. We were kind of like acquaintances, and we saw each other around town, and he's a nice enough guy. But recently, we've become much better friends because I like going and watching his music, and we like playing board games together. And it seems like we like all the same things. And I was like, oh, we should probably play some Dungeons and Dragons. Is that something you're interested in? He's like, yeah, I'd love to do that. So he's just like one of these guys that suddenly is like, oh shit, we all like the same things. And it went a stage further when we were playing the game, and he turned to his wife and said, "You've got no chance." And I went, "No chance." That's what you. And then he joined in.
Nice.
And he joined in. I was like, oh. Just it's going to be amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like I would have said it regard. I didn't know he liked, and he was just like, and then I just went on a quotathon on this. It was really good. So yet another excellent reason for a new friend is that and she looked bewilderingly at him the
As
way
in,
that
like,
Aletha bewilderingly
what the fuck
looks
is
at
this
me.
secret conversation that you are having, and why is it so twatty?
You know, I was on the phone to Yolfather, Tom, the other night, and he said, "In a twist of fate," and I went, "Twist of fate!" And unnecessarily, but, you know, anyway. Don't make Jez jealous.
It's all right.
He can join in.
Yeah.
We can all play board games together.
I know the guy he's talking about.
Yeah.
I felt the same way about him. He's decent enough, but don't really know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you do, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Microsoft lifting weights to help Jez with the sledgehammer.
That's true. She is. She benches.
She is going to be the support holding up the roof while I take the wall out.
Yes.
And then basically I'm going to leave her there for a week until the new wall arrives. Is that how walls come? Do they come pre-built?
They do.
Excellent.
Will you be moving your shed into the new place?
The shed will stay with the property.
Yeah, fuck shed store. Are you going to get a new shed? Like, the shed's going to stay at the property, so are you getting a new shed?
No. There is a...
We're saying goodbye.
They were saying goodbye to the shed. There is a separate garage with the new property that I will fill with my junk.
I'm going to get you drunk.
I'll also put some paraphernalia and knickknacks in there as well.
Knickknacks.
Rather than just my junk.
Has the shed got a blue plaque yet? Just says fuck shed store, and it's not dead. The shed's still there, but you know.
Maybe I should write in it somewhere in Sharpie, fuck shed store.
Fuck shed store.
I should do that.
Mummy, what does fuck shed store mean? Says the person's child that comes in. Ask your dad.
Because Hannah knows what fuck shed store means.
That's good.
Obviously.
She hears it enough, probably.
She's been raised well.
Fuck shed store. Man.
That was one of the complaints about our property, though.
What, there was a shed?
No, there was no grass.
Oh.
It was grassless. I'm like, that was a fucking selling point for me, mate.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut
People
grass.
love to do boring shit. That's the problem with having a garden. You have to tend it.
Yes.
You have to be the one to tend it.
Which is why, in the new property, I'm going to have a garden, but I will have a Welsh Nana K to tend it, because I ain't doing that shit.
No. Tend the garden. Someone needs to trim it. And it shouldn't be you.
It shouldn't be me.
This is why living up here at the very top in the penthouse here in Borton Towers.
It's not gonna be me.
No. There is no grass. So there you go. House buying is the actual worst. But congrats, says Joe.
House selling is the actual worst. It took fucking ages. I had to keep it clean the entire time. Do you know how fucking ball
Just in
that
case
is?
at any moment somebody might go, I want to come round. You're like,
Exactly.
shit.
Like, you can't come round. There's like last week's dinner on the floor. It wasn't that bad, but still.
Just on the floor last week's dinner. We never ate it.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Joe. Lots of wonderful people in tonight, and I'm very glad you're all in here.
Yes, come and bask in my good news.
Yes. This is the second worst wine, but you're thinking...
I'm thinking with age, the age of days. The age of days! The age of days! It's actually the worst wine.
You might be right about that. The other one might have moved up a bit. I have to say, they're very similar.
This is the one that smelled weird, right? Because it still smells weird.
I have to get my notes. God. But I do have notes. I sold my place last
Much like
November.
this wine.
And it's November again already. Fuck. Have you not found somewhere to live in that time?
Which has notes of... Fuck knows.
Never made it this wise man.
Yes, it is November. Which means that if this goes through very quickly, I could be moving
the week before Christmas.
I don't think you'll move in that speed.
I don't think I will either.
I think you're going to 8 to 12 weeks it.
Which would be next year.
Yes.
And that's fine too.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Answers on a postcard.
We can go as quickly as the people buying our house
Of
want
course.
to go.
Of course.
We don't give much of a shit when
No.
it happens.
Yeah.
Basically. But definitely Thanksgiving in the current place.
Yes.
Boom.
But you have something to be thankful for.
Definitely.
Other than the other cool stuff that you have to be thankful for. House.
Yes, I do live a very privileged life.
Speaking of House, the TV show, so it's just Sherlock Holmes. He's Sherlock Holmes. Is that the thing?
No, but like House is basically an allegory for Sherlock Holmes.
Is that-
and Wilson is an allegory for what?
Yeah, because I would have to admit, I have not watched it. I watched 3 episodes.
He has a lot of the same kind of vices as Sherlock Holmes.
But like,
as in he needs to be hopped up on drugs to do his best work.
he's hard. He's on drugs. He's incredibly clever. He sees things in a different way. He's difficult to get on with because he kind of sees things in a different way, so he rubs everyone up the wrong way. But he's a genius, and he sees things suddenly which he doesn't see other people. He's got a special friend who helps him out, and it's called House, like home. You know, so like I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Have I missed
No.
this the whole way through? This is it, right?
No, it is
Are we
definitely a
the
theme.
whole time?
It's not a remake of Sherlock Holmes or anything, but it is basically they're the same kind of people.
I would have been sold more on it if someone had told me that at the beginning. If someone had told me that first off, I probably would have watched it.
It's still good now. It hasn't aged
Well,
badly.
I watch
so-
it at the moment,
and
as I
it's
watch
got,
many things on my clips.
It's got Hugh Laurie in it, and you can't beat Hugh Laurie.
You can't. I never tweaked the house name thing.
Really, Karis? We've watched House like 4 times. How have you
It's
not?
crazy,
seen
isn't it,
that?
though? And he's like, oh my God, I just put it together. You blah, 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 blah. I've seen it. And he's just thinking, oh my, I still love House. I stopped watching it because I don't really like, I'm quite squeamish for squeamishy things. And there were some squeamishy bits, and that was the end of it for me. But it is good. And I probably would watch it, but it's going to happen. Well, at the moment, we're going to try and get Aletha into Star Trek by making her watch The Next Generation.
Watch it. Full
By
stop.
making her watch it. So she's going to watch The Next Generation as a trade-off for this, because she hasn't been massively fussed about watching The Next Generation. And me just saying, do you want to watch it, has not been sufficient. So now,
Do, 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 do,
poor
do, do,
Aletha.
do.
It's brilliant. Tamsin, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
do you not
Tamsin,
like Star
get
Trek?
the fuck over here. You're
What
watching
are
it
you
as well.
talking about?
Of course, Tamsin likes
Let's
Star.
go.
Everyone likes Star.
Do you think it's dated? I don't think it is dated. I'm pretty sure it's still good.
Dated?
Oh, nice bit. Boom. Come on, what a joke. That's good.
I said start with DS9 rather than TNG, but
No, I can't. I don't think.
I was voted down, and it's not my house.
Well, what
or
I was,
my
I mean, we'll pick
girlfriend,
that up.
so-
But what I would say is, I don't. How can it be dated? It was set in the future. Those things haven't happened yet.
Da 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 da.
What a tune!
That should be the meme. You say something really clever, and then the Star Trek Next Generation theme comes. It's a bit like the start of every CSI Miami, except you won't put sunglasses on. Maybe you'll do like some kind of like, and that's how the cookie crumbles. Da 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 da.
It's. I mean, I think in the early seasons of it, because it was released in 1987, so yeah, maybe the costumes don't look perfect, and much even on like West Wing stuff, like it looks a bit shadowy, like they haven't really lit it properly when they did it. But I still think it stands up, and the reason is I love DS9. Don't get me wrong, I bloody love DS9, but I think DS9 benefits from a roll into DS9 from an understanding of the world you're in.
Yes,
you could just,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
DS
You could just watch a bit of it and go to DS9.
DS9 also works because it's a contrast to the perfect utopian Star Trek world of TNG.
I think if it's a bit like how Captain Brilliant will often just read the end of a book and go, oh yeah, okay, I don't need to read the bit. Like I think if you get to DS9, I think you jump into the deep end a bit and you'll love it because it's fucking incredible. But I think there's such a satisfying.
I mean, I did it even more backwards than that. My first Star Trek was Voyager, and then I watched DS9. So, but it's the same kind of thing because Voyager is
despite them being lost. Very utopian and very moral and right. And Janeway's like, we won't do things the wrong way. Fuck us. We'll be here for 75 years. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, do that.
Data, no! Phone Data, not Brent Spiner. Yeah, and I read when I saw a thing.
Hang on a second. It's been too long, and if we're going to talk about it,
oh yeah,
I'm going to push the button. Where's the fucking... There it is.
Welcome to a segment we call Don't Get Me Star Trek, where we press it when we end up talking about Star Trek. What I heard about...
It took ages to load. We obviously haven't used it in so long. It's like, oh, fucking... This thing? Where the fuck have I put it?
I heard that when they first... In the first episode, they were going through meeting characters and blah, blah, blah. And on the table read or whatever they do, I think...
It's growing on me. They're all doing that.
They're all growing on me. Yeah, you wait until the last bits. Apparently, when Data's name first came up, and I think it was Patrick Stewart just went, Commander Data, do this thing. And the other people there were going like, oh, I think Brent Spiner was like, is that how you pronounce it? Is it not Data? And they were like, he was like, no, surely Data. And they appealed to kind of Gene Roddenberry.
No, I'm
Data.
Patrick Stewart. I say everything, right?
I say Data.
And I say Data.
And they're like, but it's Data.
You're wrong, America. Shut the fuck up.
And
it's Data.
They appealed to Gene Roddenberry, and he said, let's have a rule that whoever is the first person to say something is the person that canonizes.
Oh, I like that, because I can be the first person to say things.
If you say, so he was the first person to have a line, so they were they made the decision, basically, yeah. So that's, I don't know how true that is. So what's happening is, we're watching Charmed. I've never watched Charmed, so I get to see a show that she fondly remembers.
So
and she sees a show that
is
I
being introduced to something incredible while you're being tortured by something shit.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. I've never seen it.
It has at least got Holly Marie Coombs in it, who, as we discussed earlier before going live, might be the fittest person of all time. So
is that who's... Let me look up who's in Charmed so that I can objectify them.
This is where I would fill time by singing the Charmed theme, but I don't even know the Charmed theme.
I'm writing objectification.
Isn't that like the start to a feeder song?
Oh, it's Shannon Doherty I liked.
I'm going to remake the Charmed opening, but with feeders Just a Day.
Wow, Elisa Milano's in this?
Is it Just a Day?
We were talking about this just earlier today.
But she's not Anna Torv. She is not Anna Torv.
Yeah. Right. Well, there's 8 seasons of Charmed, and there's
Jesus Christ.
8 seasons, I think, of...
There's 7 seasons of TNG.
There
plus
you go.
1 decent season of Picard. Making 8 seasons. Yeah.
I was going to say, actually, I did think it was How Science Is Now. It definitely wasn't the feeder song.
Sorry. Alex having a great episode with the misogyny earlier and now the objectification. Cheers.
Cheers. The wine isn't helping. Please still enjoy and watch the show. Don't cancel me. Plus some films. Yes, that's true.
I mean, he's going to watch it, so it's not just objectification.
No, I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be like Buffy. I love Buffy.
Enjoy the plot, such as you can with Charmed.
But... yeah, I just kind of feel like there's a thing about watching Star Trek in order, but not watching the original series. I don't think I can subject it to that. I can't even subject myself to that. That might be really unfair, by the way.
I only watched the original series last year.
Right.
Like, I've tried several times and couldn't get through it. And I was like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch it. I'm watching all the Star Trek. It's happening. And I sat there and watched the entire thing. I was like, right, that was
an
experience. Fine. Now on to the animated series, which was more of an experience, but slightly better.
The thing about DS9, and actually Alita alludes to this earlier when Jim said, like, oh, all the acting's bad. And she's like, in fairness, we only learned how to act well recently. And I know what she means by that. Like, just writing, everything about TV shows is better now than it ever was.
Yes.
And back then, people...
Because television was low budget.
Yeah.
For the longest time. It's only since, Netflix and the like came along and forced the bar to be a bit higher by throwing money at things.
And Next Generation was all bottle episodes. So it was like stuff. Until later, they would occasionally bring people back and bring things back, but largely it wasn't. Whereas DS9,
is a lovely flowing narrative that hooks you from episode to episode. I mean, DS9 is so good.
DS9 is incredible. Yeah.
You know, and by the way, it was really of a time for me because whilst Next Generation was something I was like, yeah, we'll watch it. My brothers want to watch it. I guess we're watching it. Oh, I'm enjoying it. DS9 was like, I was like, you know, like 18 years old or whatever, and it was just like peak sci-fi 18, 19-year-old. It was just perfect for me. Real great feeling.
I have very fond memories of like sitting down in front of the television to watch DS9 as it aired for the first time. Like,
I remember thinking, what am I watching? Who the fuck is Cisco? When you've watched 7 seasons of Picard and you're like, Picard's the best thing ever, and you meet Cisco, like, who the fuck is Cisco? What the fuck is Bajor?
Whereas I was just dropped into like progressive world because I'd gone from, you know, female captain, I'm like, right, sure, like woman captain's the ship, makes sense to me, yeah, cool. And then it's like black captain or commander, I'm like, right, yeah, cool, sure. And then I went back and watched the other one, I was like, oh, white captain? I guess.
We're going backwards.
We'll make it work, sure. Why not? White captain it is.
Yes. They are quite, I mean, I have to say, I do really want her to watch Next Generation. There's a lot of episodes in there. There's just like so many episodes. There's like 24 episodes in a season.
I do really like the Next Generation. I didn't historically. It's as I've got older that I've enjoyed the Next Generation more, and I've probably watched it twice in entirety now. There are some fucking stinkers, don't get me wrong. They mostly come later though, so
I would kind of like to watch it all and review it all, really. It'd be really great. So
okay. Let's do it.
Next Generation.
Don't get me Star Trek. So let's actually.
But I want to say trek yourself before you wreck yourself.
We can do that too.
Yes. So there you go. We're going to watch loads of stuff. There's so much to watch because we finished watching. This is nothing to do with Star Trek anymore. Finished watching Culinary Class Wars, the Korean cooking show. And by the way, at the end of it, it says this person has now won the title of best chef in the entire of Korea, which is quite a claim, really. But you know.
And then
I would watch Don't Get Me Star Trek. Well, maybe we should do a regular.
Yeah, just you know, not part of the main show, but just throw it in as an extra.
Yes,
for those that want it. I know not everyone's into Star Trek. You fucking should be, but not everyone is. Yeah.
Is it good? I saw it and I thought I might watch it. Culinary Class Wars is really good, and I've never been a big fan. Not that I wouldn't, but I just never hung up watching things like MasterChef or the various things like that. Which I presume if it happens the same way, you end up rooting for some cooks. And you're like, that guy is really cool. And I love everything about him. I hope he does well. That sensation
I like MasterChef. So.
Is very much alive and well in Culinary Class War, where you kind of...
I can sell Karis on Culinary Class Wars, and I've not even seen it.
Yeah, it is good.
Would you like me to?
Yes.
It's the physical 100, but with cooking.
Yes. Yeah, it is that. It's exactly that. And all the challenges they do... They're pretty well thought out and pretty crazy, and they're really enjoyable.
They've got to make sushi on a treadmill,
and
running on a treadmill while there's also a treadmill in front of them that is their.
You just made the. It's really good, and because some of them are the underdogs, you start really rooting for the underdogs, and as they progress through it, you're like, do you know what? I really like that guy. I hope he does well. You know, so you can have a favourite and see if they get all the way to the end. And the two judges are very different kind of people. One person's like, you know. I am a restaurateur, I've got loads of restaurants, so I'm all about really amazing flavours. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect, executed perfectly, just has to be really tasty and really great for everyone. And the other guy's like, I don't want it really great for everyone, I want it absolutely perfectly made and precise and exact. And so they've got these two very different kind of judges, and they're both quite interesting, really.
I've got 2 questions for you.
Yes!
Bear in mind that your respect is on the line. Is it in Korean?
Yes. It's got subtitles.
Is it also dubbed, and did you watch the dub?
I don't know. We didn't watch the dub. I can't tell you if it's been dubbed.
RESPECT.
Oh, for that.
That's what you maintained with me.
I didn't look to see if there was a dub. I just don't.
Dubs
but occasionally
I should have put Dubs in the Sea earlier. I went on a massive rant about dubs when Karis was watching a dub of some shit the other day. I'm like, no, dubs, fuck dubs. Dubs in the sea.
Dubs be in the sea.
I hate dubs. Talk about your bad acting.
Friends.
Like the voice never, like tone, never matches in a dub.
They're like, oh my god, this is the most exciting thing ever. Oh my god, fuck off.
Apparently,
Just fuck off.
I saw the guy I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who plays Marshall in How I Met Your Mother. He said when he goes to Italy, it's a big hit in Italy, apparently. And they're like, hey, Marshall, how you doing, Marshall? You know. And he's like, it was being interviewed on like a chat show. And he's like, they don't know my real name. So he's like, I hate to be that guy, but Marshall, and stuff like that. And he says, apparently, and one of the guys who spoke to him in Italy was like, you know what? You're not so stupid in real life, he said, because apparently the guy...
They've really dumbed up the Marshall
the
character.
dub version into Italian is even more... He says, I'm a lovable doofus, but in the Italian dub, I'm just even more doofusy, basically. So, yeah. Jason Segel.
Yes, who's Steve's cousin.
Right.
Shall I send it to the spreadsheet? Fuck it, we've put things in the sea already. Let's just pretend I did it earlier. Dubs in the sea.
Subtitles are awkward if you want to not watch it properly because cross-stitch, though.
Just watch something else and come back to that thing later. There are shows that are for background cross-stitching. Can't tell you what they are, but they definitely exist.
There was a Swedish murder mystery, which at one point they were all the rage and they were all over the place. And one was called The Bridge.
Which they also made a shit British version.
And there was another one, and I honestly can't remember the name of it, but me and Kelly watched it when I was with Kelly.
They also did The Tunnel, didn't they?
Yeah, it wasn't that one either, but there was another one around that sort of time, and it was basically this female detective, and she's really, really good, and she's got this guy who's her curmudgeonly sidekick, and they're both really good, and they're trying to work out who murdered this woman.
Was it Hinterland?
No. God, I really want to know this fucking thing.
There was one of those Swedish things that instead of, like, us, the English, making our own version of it, the Welsh did it. S4C.
Oh, really?
Made one.
The character name of the woman in the show was called Sarah Lund. I know that because I don't know why I remember her
Sarah
name.
Lund Carl.
Oh, The Killing. It's The Killing. It's a Danish.
Oh, yeah, The Killing. Yeah,
The Killing. So I was watching The Killing.
You said an X.
Oh, shit. Kelly. Yeah.
I'll drink for him.
I'll get to it in a moment.
There you go.
And, like, it's in Danish. And Kelly would relentlessly just look down at stuff and then be like, Danish, hurdy-gurdy, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, oh! And she was like, what? What's that? And I'm like, well, you're not... No, I wasn't looking at you. Got to look! Because you don't speak
right
Danish! So it's like, at the end of it, she was like, oh, well, the show was okay, she was like. And I'm like...
You didn't watch it!
You didn't watch it! You just knew they were doing something. It wasn't quite as bad as that, but there were several episodes where she was just like drifting away.
I did feel like I was starting to pick up a fair bit of Swedish watching Love is Blind Sweden, because the general syntax of Swedish is very similar to English. So if you can just kind of make out things from like contextual words, and I could phase out and be like, yeah, I roughly know what they're saying. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Good. Yeah. Cool. So maybe Danish is similar in that way as a Scandinavian language. I don't know.
Maybe. Do you know, I really enjoyed The Killing, and I think it's something that I don't know if it. I still think it would be excellent now. I really enjoyed The Killing. So had a really nice, clever little end.
Bury me, bury me. Oh, that's The Kill, not The Killing. Never mind. My bad.
Do you know what I think is a great murder mystery, freaky murder mystery? Is the first season of The Sinner. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Never even heard of it.
The Sinner. Oh God, what's the guy's name? Who's the main guy in The Sinner?
Yannick Sinner.
See, it's the tennis player Yannick Sinner. Yes,
I'd watch that. Yannick Sinner
Yannick
is
Sinner.
the Sinner.
The Sinner Man. It's
Special guest star Paul Sinner from The Chase.
Paul Sinner. He's the Sinner Man. It's got Bill Pullman in it. Bill Pullman. Do you remember Bill Pullman? He was the president in Independence Day. That's not probably there is a better thing that Bill Pullman did. I think he might have also been. But anyway,
I'll just Google him.
Google Bill Pullman.
Chicago, bear with.
Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman. Do you know him? He's in things.
I feel like I
While you were sleeping. Is he in While You Were Sleeping?
He has several photos in which he tries to look like Robin Williams.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, if you know him, you know him.
I don't know.
But if you don't, it doesn't matter. But anyway, the first season of The Sinner, which may well be on Netflix still,
is I think it's a really psychologically puzzly whodunit kind of detective drama. And Bill Pullman is a massively flawed but troubled but excellent detective who has to basically work out what's going on. And the kind of this woman kills this guy in plain sight of everybody, and she's dead to rights, but there's something not right about it. And it's a sunny day, and they're all down on the beach, and these people are having fun, and they're playing music on the beach, and these kids are all having a great time. And then she looks up, and then she grabs a knife and just in cold blood and in front of everyone stabs this guy to death, and everyone runs screaming, and she gets fucking taken.
Doesn't that kind of spoil the plot? It's like she did it. Right there, we saw.
That's it, right? But that's episode, and that's like the first like 3
roll
minutes.
credits. Da, 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 da.
Man, that's an episode of TNG. But yes,
That is an episode of Voyager. Just saying.
But it's really good, and I was really impressed by it. But it feels really weird. One time I was at a New Year house party trying to stay awake through till the morning to enjoy every last bit of the party. This was my first mistake. Every time I woke up, this guy was singing The Kill again on Guitar Hero.
Bury me, bury me.
He just played it all night. Fucking hell, I don't know it. So, But talking about playing guitar and singing,
What a segue.
this Friday on my channel on Always Be Chatting, on this sofa, I will be playing music for your delectation. Will I have special guests with me? Yes. And we will be performing whatever songs we want to do and whatever songs you suggest that we also want to do. Be clear.
He has promised me 3 Daughtry songs.
Yes.
Promised.
Yes. So do come along. If you don't know my other channel, can someone put it in the chat? 'Cause that'd be really nice. Fine, I'll sing. Your father's going to be here. That'd be amazing. Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a
Well,
poor
no,
man.
I've heard that your father does a cracking fireball.
He does. He does a really...
By which he actually does the rapping, not just that bit that we just did. Because that's just trumpets.
Bringing it in, bringing it in,
Anyone
bringing it
can
back.
do trumpets.
Fireball. Woo woo. Yeah. There'll be people singing. There'll be people playing guitar. There'll be drinking. There'll be you. On the Always Be Chatting Twitch channel. Bet your father can do a great Chris Daughtry. Is that his first name?
Yes, it is.
Huh.
Yes, or Christopher.
Christopher Daughtry.
Now that was a wonderful segue. I do not have an equally wonderful segue, or even politeness, when I say, "Get me some more fucking wine."
I will do.
Lovely.
Let's and then we can go on to another.
Now we are ostensibly reaching the good wine, and considering I did not like the first 2 at all, really, on Saturday night, but they grew on me. I'm wondering if these good ones are now going to be shit 2 days after the fact. These are all the questions that we will ask and answer here on Don't Get Me Started. What is DTS, Will? Do you know what DTS is? Down to sing? Is that what we're saying? Is that what the kids are saying? You're down to sing? I do all the best bald musicians, says your father. You might not want to announce that on the internet unless you are plugging your OnlyFans. Old Tomothy. Woo woo! Woo woo!
I'm bringing it back.
This is bubbly as well.
Yeah, or maybe I pulled it in too fast.
I do remember
DTS.
them being-
DTS.
Oh, Duncan the Singer. That
Yeah,
makes
I
more
knew
sense.
that's what he meant.
Ah.
No, he won't be here because there's a very clear fact about him.
See, I know him by another acronym.
Yes.
It's DIAC.
Ah! Yes, of course, DIAC. Which is something I've called him on many occasions. Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, he will not be here. Fireball! The bubbles come from the sloshy pouring. Yeah, I sloshed it.
But I think there are some wines that you can slosh about and they still won't bubble. So
this is
Morrison's wine.
This is a Morrison's wine. You can buy it from Morrison's. It's worth £11. We're not sponsored by Morrison's, and it's called the Wanderer.
But we remain hopeful.
Wait, I'll show you the bottle.
Is this one of those style over substance
good-looking bottles. Bottle is better than the actual wine. Yeah, that is a cracking bottle, to be fair. And of the season, you know, a Dia de la Muerte skull-type motif.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm a sloshy drinker as well. Not right now, because I'll have to get down me.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that smell. I didn't get it to my mouth. And
I'll tell you what, I like that taste. I'm down with it. These are all a lot better once we've left them around.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Thank God for that. I do think that's better than the other two.
I do as well.
Thank God that.
Not by
Thank
much.
God that.
But after the fact, not by much. But
do you want to hear some controversial opinions that I found on my phone?
That you said the correct name of the segment, yes.
Did
yes,
I?
I do. You got it right.
Shit me,
you got it right, folks. It's controversial opinions.
Controversial opinions, we hear them every day. You think you know best, no one cares what you say.
That was loud.
It was. Fuck your ears. Welcome to the segment we call Controversial Opinions, where I'm beautifully introduced by Rooster Beast. And here are a few opinions that people have said on the internet, and I thought they were kind of amusing, so I'm going to say them. It will prompt discussion. So join in.
As is tradition on
Yes.
this show. Yes.
This person says, controversial opinion, I don't like encores. Or I don't like, not, when I say encores, like where, not encore the song.
Any song named Encore. Fuck it.
yeah, fuck them. Encores says, when a band goes off and then comes back on again.
I'm not a particular fan of it.
I'm not a fan of it.
I just don't think it's necessary.
It's super unnecessary.
I get how
Haven't
it used to be a thing.
Yes.
And
It sort of surprises me that it ever was, really.
yeah, I quite like it as a thing on like an orchestral kind of thing where you've literally just, you know, put down your cello and then you walk off and you come back like, only joking, here's my cello, I'm sitting back down again. That's kind of fine. But when you're like a band and you just like, we've been Metallica, you can go fuck yourself, and then they walk off
And everyone's like, woo!
and they were like,
For
actually,
ages.
unfuck yourself, we're back for one unintroduced song. Don't even know why I'm talking, because I'm not introducing this. I'm just here. Yeah, if they did that as their encore song, they're definitely doing it wrong. If they haven't nailed that already.
Yeah, right. I was talking to Tom last night, and he was saying about how he's bought a new phone, but it doesn't have a headphone jack, which means he can't connect it in his phone in his car, which is what he wants to do, to listen to Metallica. And I'm like,
What car does he have? A fucking Suzuki
He's just-
Swift from
it's-
1994.
it's got an aux cable, but it needs to come into a thing. But this phone doesn't have a connection, so he just wants to. It hasn't got Bluetooth. He hasn't got a Bluetooth.
It sounds
in his
like
car.
you need a new car, Tom. Not a new
But no,
phone.
he doesn't want to buy a new car just because he can't.
Just buy a new fucking car, Tom. Stop being a cheap ass. Jesus fucking Christ.
So now he can't listen to Metallica.
Oh, well, it's his own fucking fault.
And I said, just get a
Use that Cincinnati Bengals tight end money and buy yourself a new fucking car.
Just get
Mike
an
Kosicki.
iPad. Not iPad. Just get an iPod or something like that. An real old style iPod Shuffle.
Yeah.
Put Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Metallica Black on it, and just fucking
That'll do.
reload it or whatever, and just fill your boots. Saint Anger. I don't know. Is that an album?
I got really Saint Anger about the fact that Tom has a shit car. Madly in anger with you.
Stanger.
It is both an album and a song.
Yeah, I thought it was an album. I'm not like a massive
It is
Metallica
a-
fan, but
It is a universally panned Metallica album,
Saint Panga.
but of course, I think it's cracking. So
What a surprise.
fuck you guys.
Yes, just play encores. Just play a longer set. So the Twilight Sad, if I'm remembering that, said Joe, a band that she likes that no one has heard of, is massively obscure.
I thought she was riffing on the Twilight Saga, so that makes it even more Twilight sad. If
Yes.
we're being honest.
Don't do them, which is at one point in their favour. Is
That puts them on one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just an outrageous thing to say. Just to hate unnecessarily on a band that are probably good. But I can see in their brains, like, why are we doing this? Let's go and do this. And the other day we went to see the Shires, who are a country band.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And I had a good time. But at the end, they said, this is our
last song, and
Well,
everyone
they
went,
actually did that.
yeah.
Fuck off.
And I laughed, and everyone laughed. And he said, "So we're going to play this," and they played, and then we're going to go off, and then they did the whole thing. But by announcing the steps that they were doing and knowing and announcing how obviously ridiculous it was, it kind of underpinned the fact that it was ridiculous. And in my mind, they should have just stayed there.
They should have just gone our last song and then not
just
come back.
and then just or just play the two songs they want to play. But I don't really understand the point of encores. And I'm with this person.
Yeah, I'm with them. I don't
think we
that
all
is a
are, right?
controversial opinion. I think this is an opinion that people haven't thought enough about, and now we are thinking about it, and they are shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just using this to scroll back up because obviously we start talking about stuff, but I love
Yeah,
this.
okay.
I think encores should be unprepared and probably a repeat of one you did already that went down really well during the show because you expended your whole set by default.
I think that is an excellent point. Well
And just
made.
go like, do you know what? Do you want to hear Losing My Religion again? And everyone goes, woo! And the Shires are like, we don't do that one. Planned encores be like, anyway, weeping crowded house, good night, and then they go off, and then everyone feels obliged to go woo. And actually, at the Shires, there wasn't a huge woo
One more song.
because
One more
we
song.
may as well just not do anything because they're going to. Honestly, can you imagine if it was just total silence, waiting for the inevitable, and then they came out and went, "We got one more," and everyone's like, "We know." So no.
The only acceptable way to do this is if whoever the band is walks off, and then a band who is well established and known as Encore walks on and performs one of that band's songs. There should be a band that just exists to do encores called Encore.
Encore. Do you want more?
Encore, Encore, and then Encore come on. They do Losing My Religion if it's an R.E.M. concert, and then
Actually, we should just do a covers band, which is just like all the encores that anyone ever that band you would actually just be a
I just
covers
realised I
band.
did Shiny Happy People rather than Losing My Religion, but whatever, it's R.E.M. They all sound the fucking same, to be honest.
Good night, Springton. There will be no encore. I love it so much. This is like the portion control, so that when you go back for seconds, you're not super fat, just a little bit fat. At Taylor Swift, there is no encore. Can you imagine if people had to make noise to bring her back out? People would die.
I mean-
Everyone's heads would just explode.
Unironically, people would die, yeah.
They'd just be
yeah.
like, okay, make some noise, bring me back out again. Everyone's head starts exploding like the boys.
Other acceptable encores.
Encore. Do you want...
Regardless of your band's genre, just play
Genre.
Linkin Park as your encore. Or Jay-Z, can I get an encore? Do you want more? Don't know any more.
I don't know any more. Hopefully you'll play
Brooklyn, something.
All I can think of... Hello, Vanessa. All I can think of is 90s dance song, Encore en Foi. Beep, 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 beep. No, wait, that's that. No, I can't.
Encore en Foi.
Yeah.
I don't know the tune either. I just know that bit.
What was the song I was doing?
Is it That's Ecuador.
Yeah, that's Ecuador. Yeah. Ecuador? Ecuador was the same band, though, right? Ecuador was done by Encore, the same people that do Encore en Foi. Can we help someone help
That's
us out
going to
here?
wind me up. Hang on.
It's not that.
Let's get a copyright strike. Hang on.
I wonder how you say encore in France. Someone will tell me again. Why don't you
Encore
just listen to it quietly in your head?
and Foi.
Then
It
nobody
is
gives
by Sash,
Sash. Yeah.
the original 12-inch mix.
Beep, 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 beep. He's listening to it. This is your hard-earned sub dollars at work. Well, Will's hard-earned sub dollars at work.
I mean, it pays for my YouTube music, so
That's
get
a-
the fuck on
There's
with
a
it.
lot of preamble, and I like preamble.
The encore comes at the end, you twat. Is that what encore and Foi
Now
means?
we wait.
Encore at the
Beep,
front.
beep, 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 beep. I don't remember it going like this at all.
Really terrible fucking symbol.
Did you just say encore en foi?
Encore and Foi.
Oh God, stop! I can't.
Oh yeah.
And no, that's like insomnia.
I've got to it now in my head.
I can't
It's
get no sleep. Oh, is it doing that? No, it's not doing it. Is it doing
It's not. It just came to me in my head because of this like shit beat.
No,
Get
that's
the fuck on with it.
okay. We got to move on.
Still not there. Oh,
Jesus,
she's
this
coming
song.
at the same time. Come on.
Do you know what? All these songs are the same from the 90s. Just Jez is just fucking raving out to a sash.
This is... I mean, I thought it was
We
shit
blame
already.
you,
but
Vanessa, for someone else's song in the 90s.
I thought it was shit already. I think it's even shitter now.
For those people that don't know, myself and Vanessa used to go to university together.
Oh, Ellie, you just missed the rave.
And Vanessa and I frequently raved out to Sash when we were at university doing our theology degree.
Yeah, sash.
Neither of us have actually. Oh no, I used it a little bit. Yeah, we were massive rave heads back in the 90s, back in the mid 90s.
You might say that.
So we did.
That Jungle was massive,
Jungle was massive. Yes, it was. Hello, Ellie. Welcome in.
which apparently is not the word,
It's
but
not.
I still don't believe it.
Junglist.
It's not true.
The Junglist massive. I blew my mind
The
too.
jungle is massive.
Junglist.
I mean, it covers the majority of Brazil. The jungle is massive.
Controversial opinion. It's actually Junglist.
That is
Massive.
controversial.
The Junglist
Presented
massive.
without any comment. Junglist massive is controversial.
Oh, I've been here. Was just stuck.
Stalking
Oh, I've
you.
been here. Oh, I don't think I wasn't here. I was here. I was here. I was stuck on the phone for a work meeting. Picture of monkey. Well, I'm glad to see you, Ellie. I'm always glad to see you.
Absolutely.
No cap.
Take this back.
Thank you.
Reach at your penis at the same time.
I loved it.
Jongly.
I got an Alex of Pope. What did I say? I must have said something. Oh, because I said theology. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I used the degree when Jeremy Walker knocks on the door, J-Dub. When J-Dub knocks on the door, she wallops out her degree.
She just puts a massive degree on the table.
Thwomp.
Right there.
When
for
the
everyone to
JW
see.
comes in.
Yeah. I mean, it's the response I get from most people. To
Who
be
knew
honest.
that was going to call back?
Walk in the room and they just flop their degrees
They
out.
plop their theology straight in his face.
Mm.
Yeah.
Often from both sides.
Smack him with some Christian ethics. That's one of your best praps. Yardy business. Monkeys always get lost because the jungle is massive. Boom!
I've only just noticed that Will donated 100 bits to get Harmstone in the sea. I missed that.
Oh shit! Oh, I'm so sorry,
I
Will.
totally missed that at the
Well,
time.
listen, we'll add it to the bits. Let's make a list. Harmstone C. If we get to a certain amount, we'll put him in the hit.
We've probably far exceeded that goal. Everyone wants Harmstone in the sea.
Do you know what? I'll put him in the sea for money. Fucking like anything. Faster than anything. Duncan the singer's brother used to have a mastiff.
Brother the singer.
Brother the singer.
Is he a
BTS.
singer?
The brother?
Hmm.
No.
Oh.
I mean,
brother the not singer.
he can. Everybody loves me, baby. That's a Don McLean song.
Feel free to prove him wrong. Drop your bits.
Drop your bits. Now then.
Flop your bits out.
Flop your theology right in the Jehovah's Witnesses' face. I don't know where that. Do you know what the number of that was caused me a problem, Vanessa? Because I have to say, back in the day when we were doing that, the Jehovah's Witnesses came round. They talked to me and said, "Do you have a Bible in the house?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've got like about 5. What are you talking about? Think what house you've come to." And they were like, "Oh, right, we'd love to talk to you." And I'm like, "No, I'm doing a theology degree and I'm a Catholic, so whatever." And they went away, and then they came back the next week with a girl my age, who was a Jehovah's Witness girl my age. I've said this before, but it's 2 old women, and then they brought back a girl who was also 18 and was like, "Hey, not all of us are old. Why don't we entice you in with
Some
this-
of us are fit.
Some of us are fit."
I mean, you can't touch her,
And
but
do you
she's
know what?
fit.
Do you know
be
what?
denied.
And I'm like, yes, you found my weakness. Well done. I don't give a shit about Catholicism. In fact, in years to come, I'll be taking the piss out of it on a stream. So do you know what? We may as well, hang out.
A Jehovah. Very good, Tamsin.
And I went down the Kingdom Hall.
Wow. That big, eh?
Yeah. The witnesses. There are a lot of witnesses. Those guys are kinky. They're all watching.
They have taken her to many a door.
Yeah. Take me to church. Anyway, you've
So-
said it before, but it's still a good story. It's good, isn't it? It is too. I'm glad you remember it. I can't believe that these anyone remembers the bullshit I say, but yeah, it showed a bit of ankle. She showed more than that. Do you know, I wish this story ended with like us having sex. It would
You
have been
just
really
leading her into the house, leaving the
closing the
Jehovah's
door.
Witnesses on the doorstep.
Oh no, they come in and they sit down, and I'm like, I'm sure he'll come back down in a minute. He said he was just going to get his Bible. It's just gonna show her his rosary. Well, there must be something I can think of. Anyway. Fucking hell, 500 bits.
What the fuck?
500 bits.
Is that for Harmstone in the Sea? I don't think we can deny that.
I'm massive.
Right, piss off now, Will.
Oh shit.
I mean, I can't not. I need to ratify it, but that is a worthy dome for
six quid. He makes a good point. I don't want Will to put any more money in at this moment. But
This isn't about eking more money out of Will.
No.
This is about putting Harmstone in the sea where he rightly deserves to be.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah! Oh my god!
Boom!
He just fell directly into the sea.
Directly into the Smack Sea Smeetel.
Boosh! Does Will get changed?
He does.
No. There you go, Will.
It's fine.
Asking it shall be happening.
It's $5.99. He'll get a bit back.
Asking you shall receive. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. It's not going on the spreadsheet for I'm the owner of it, fuckers.
Real ones, no. It's okay. Hey, if you want to, get the fuck out of it, you've got an immunity idol.
Will's going on the spreadsheet instead. Shit, who saw that coming?
I'm
The
not
willing.
in the
It's a
sea,
bit like the
you're
killing.
in the sea.
I'm never going to get another toad at this rate. I'll make you a toad. There you go.
Let's all make toad.
Will, thank you very much for putting so much money in
Yes,
there. I hope you
thank
feel
you
that's
for
money well
enabling our
spent.
bullshit.
Yes, that was amazing. Who knew? But money buys things.
So that was just one of the controversial opinions.
Yeah.
Do you have more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do at least one more.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll crack into
So the opinion was,
later.
we all think that people should just cut to the chase and do all their songs. Yes.
Yes.
Tell us more about the hot, sexy Jehovah's Witness. The hot, sexy JW. Well, he's right here, motherfucker. J-Dub. If J-Dub turned up, I'd be like, shit me, you're called J-Dub and you're a Jehovah's Witness. It's a bit on the nose, isn't it? Listen, she was cute. You know what I mean.
I'm sure we've told you the story on DGMS before about the time that I was politely listening to a Jehovah's Witness and Alex basically told them to fuck off on my doorstep.
Yeah, I was like, we're watching football.
Yeah,
He's being very polite, but
It was Bears Bucks. It had happened like the night before, early hours of the morning, and you came over to my place at like 9 a.m. for us to watch.
yes.
And then the Jehovah's Witnesses turned up about halfway through the game, and I was like, yep, God, yeah, yep, no blood transfusions, yep, got it, yep, yep, and then you came to the door like, terribly sorry, don't mean to be rude, but we're in the middle of a very important football game right now, so if we could just wrap this up, that would be wonderful. And
I was like, you need rescuing.
and they were like, oh, right, oh, yes, of course, yeah, enjoy the game.
And that was it.
I'm like,
Well,
not know.
she was just 17. She might have been. I was 18. Makes sense. Yeah. How could I dance with another Jehovah's Witness? Ooh. When I saw her standing there on the doorstep with two old women, it was weird and not what the Beatles intended in any way. But
You
yes.
don't know that.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's true. Paul McCartney would be like, I wrote it because, like, just when...
That was a really good Scouser
It
accent.
was not, I don't know. I
No,
stopped
keep going,
halfway
I
through. I
love
don't
that
know
so
where that
much.
was going to be like.
It was a bit more Ringo than Paul McCartney.
It was
but-
Ringo. It really was. I don't know. It was so terrible.
Can you say Thomas felt miserable in that accent?
Thomas felt miserable.
It's not bad.
It wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
How could I dance with another? Can I presume all in your houses are around? They're going. People should use forks to remove tea bags from a cup of tea, not teaspoons.
Right. Let me say, as a non-tea drinker, go fuck yourself.
Let me read that again.
Why would you do that? Go
Well,
on.
he's going to tell you. Whatever the person's fucking name. A map
of Decaying World is their name on Reddit.
Should be, oh fuck, my tea leaves are everywhere. That's what his username should be.
People should use forks. Just use your hands. People should use forks to remove tea bags from a cup of tea, not teaspoons.
No. But I would be acceptable of using a fork to depress the tea bag while it is against the spoon, because you're not using the pointy end of
Danger of bag
of the
spiking.
fork. But yeah, you're just going to pierce the bag and get tea leaves in your tea. Fuck that noise.
Real gamers use chopsticks.
I don't even drink tea, and I don't want tea leaves in my tea.
Yeah. Let me just read what the person has said, because it's not long.
Well, they've tried to clarify this.
Yeah. There's
Right.
a bit of blur.
Okay, let's hear their wrong opinion.
Why not an oily spatula? Fucking hell. Unlike teaspoons, forks have pointed prongs,
Yes, that's the problem. Carry on.
which are perfect for getting hold of a tea bag to remove it from the cup. Furthermore, forks allow the tea bags to drain quickly and easily, not wasting any tea or making a mess in the process, because they're like a spoon will hold it, whereas a fork will let the excess water drop through, as it were. Liquid, rather.
Just turn the spoon sideways.
Then you, well, I mean, I
And
think...
not even to stick it straight up your candy ass. Just literally turn the spoon sideways.
Turn
so
it
the liquid
sideways.
Drops off.
Just use your thumb to depress the tea. Well, I would never.
All right, fucking lead
I
thumb.
would never put my thumb on a fucking tea
Someone
bag.
hates their thumbs.
I also think, while we're at it,
Jesus.
a fork makes for a better stirring utensil
That's fine.
to add milk as well. Kind of like a mini whisk.
That's fine, yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Cafes should start serving tea with little forks. Why not?
Cafes should ban you.
I have been banned from all the local cafes. So there you go. Apparently, people should use forks to remove, because it's like, you use a slotted spoon to take out, like, I don't know, pasta, so that the water that's in the, things that will allow the water to drain straight through, but you maintain the food on the thing. That's what they're saying. Is the fork goes in, scoops out the bag, then you drip all the stuff, and you.
You know,
I don't want to
tea
do
bags-
it, but I can see what they're saying.
You know, tea bags usually have a string on them. Laughs in Great Britain.
You could just tie that off to something, and the problem is solved. We don't have tea bags with strings.
Only
on
on
them.
like weird ass fruit teas.
Really
Shit.
expensive. Ellie, you're a very posh person.
Must be posh. Yeah.
You know someone's posh when they've got strings on their tea bags. That's how you know.
All the rage in
That's
South
how you
Carolina.
know.
But yeah, no. No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. There's no
In
limits.
the words of Two Unlimited, no,
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 no.
no,
No, no, no,
no, no, no.
What are you watching at? Is it Too Unlimited? Because that.
Down, 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 down. Running out of breath. No, 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 no,
Make some noise!
no, 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 no. There's no lyrics. No, no.
That was quite enjoyable. They don't have strings on tea bags in real Carol. You don't have strings on your tea bag. We do not. I think we can tell this is a wine episode. Like fruit and herbal tea most commonly has strings, unless buying loose tea. Yeah, we don't. You're thinking of tampons. Yes, only posh people have strings in their tampons. Yeah, without them, you're just digging them out.
Gets up there. Toxic shock.
Hope it comes out. You have to tap yourself on the arse to. I don't know how you would get it out. I'm this terrible.
Speaking of gross tampon shit,
yes,
I have seen on TikTok that some people have taken to removing excess water from their pans by using tampons. Just chuck a tampon in it, roll it about a bit, and then yoink it out by the string, and there you go. No excess water.
I'm out of my
in
depth,
your,
Jeremy.
In your bolognese or whatever.
Currently raving in my kitchen. Techno.
We've covered quite the range of 90s. Like
I love
dance.
90s dance. Yes, so that's the list. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. That's a fork joke. Anyway,
Was it? Okay then. I'll take your word for it.
The prongs are called tines. So,
Okay.
like, honestly, I think it's a great one-liner.
Talk about not being posh enough for a joke, honestly.
So, like, I feel it's a good one-liner.
It would be
the
good.
best of times.
It would be really good if anybody knew what that was.
Come on,
which
I mean,
nobody
somebody
does.
liked that joke. I
Armstrong
just
doesn't
take
count,
one.
obviously. He's in the sea.
Can we have an encore? Do you want more?
We'll
Encore. We'll go on.
We'll do a request.
I'll come back on
and then
again.
fuck Shed Store.
And then I'll play.
Yeah.
I'll play an acoustic version of No Limits. Thank you, Harmstone. Thank you. I'll take it. Okay.
Oh, hang on. Even better. From Tamsin.
Great joke, Alex. Thanks, Tamsin. I knew you'd get it. I did laugh from the other side of the kitchen. Amazing. So much love for this fucking
Just me that doesn't know
dumb
what a fucking
joke.
tine is.
Tine's
then.
not. I'm
There
not
you go.
well known, but once I found out that, I'm like, well, that's a pun waiting to happen.
Banked.
I tell you what, the moment that I end up with enough one-liners to fill like at least a 10-minute set, that's going in there. But you'd have to set it up by like going, one of my forks has 2 wonky prongs and 2 normal prongs. It was the best of tines. It was the worst of tines. And that is probably as lean as you're going to get it. But I still really like
Still
it.
pretty tenuous.
Tenuous. I'm known for liking shit jokes. So do you know what? Damned with faint praise there. Thank you, Joe. I can't try to remember why we took you out of the sea. Do you know?
I don't think I did, but there you go.
Never gonna dance again.
One more contra.
Okay.
One more contra.
There are a few.
An encontro, if you will.
I don't know. Oh, that's such a cunty thing to say. Maybe I'll just do 2 quickly.
Okay.
I love flat soda.
Yeah, I used to.
Oh, did you?
Back in the day, as a child, I would put sugar in my carbonated drinks so that they would go flat before I drank them. I'd get Diet Coke, chuck some sugar in it, make it flat.
What this person says is a soda or beer that's been out for a few hours, chef's kiss. I love to... Oh my God, shut the fuck up. I love to pour a can into a glass to get rid of the carbonation. All my friends say the first sip of an open soda is the best, but to me it's too bubbly and you can't taste the actual drink. It's so much better when it's slightly flat. AKA squash. Yeah, actually, I haven't got it here because it's just a screenshot, but all the comments on it, which I was reading earlier, are just like, so juice, so squash. Yeah. Is that a nap there, Will?
That is a
I
nap.
agree. I mean, come on, man. Like, why don't you just buy the juicy version of it?
Yeah, I mean, I said I used to do it, but in my defense, I was 5, and you can't.
What,
trust
you were
a
in
5-year-old.
No. Okay, I'll move on to the other one.
And then it's time for more wine.
Boss fights are the worst part of games. Because we're all kind of gamers, maybe we'll have an opinion
Who
on this.
wrote this? Harmstone?
Boss fights are the worst parts of the video game.
I'm sure he tried to get something similar to that in the sea recently.
Fucking Keras. I'll read what it says here. I kind of just dread coming to the end of a dungeon or a
Kind of
mission.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Drock. Holy rad.
Who's the final boss in Judge Dredd?
There's 20 in the cubes, Juve. Anyway, I kind of just dread coming to the end of a dungeon or a mission only to be fighting some sort of stupid dragon or big armored dude with an axe or something. 99% of the time, it's just repetitive patterns and a lot of patience. Dodge, take a shot, move around a bit, dodge, take a shot for like 30 fucking minutes. I never feel a sense of accomplishment after just a feeling of, thank God I'm done with that. Now I can get back to playing the game. Very few bosses are legitimately interesting in some sort of narrative sense, and they contribute very, very little to the actual game. In most games...
Talk about contributing very, very little to the discourse, but...
90% of boss fights could be removed, and the narrative of the game would stay exactly the same. Almost exactly the same. An example of an interesting boss is the first time you fight the boss in the Sand Temple in Ocarina of Time, where it has an interesting narrative reveal. That's a rarity. You really don't like this. Most of the bosses are just, oh well, you're almost done with this mission. We've got to make a big memorable set piece. Here, have a dragon. So, you know, I don't think they're the worst part, but there are times when I'm like, oh no, I've got to do and oh shit, I've got to do this bit.
I mean, it's Dr. Robotnik will get the fuck out in terms of final bosses, but even then, This is not a controversial opinion. This is just a shit opinion, I think.
Get in the sea, boss fights that don't even use the skills you've been using in the lead up to the boss.
I mean, that is bullshit.
It is.
I'll give you that.
I'm not fussed about having boss battles, but I don't play a lot of games that require me to have boss fights.
No.
Which really obviates the need for that. You know, I don't need to care about that shit. But, like, I get it. If you're... But Aletha plays a lot of Final Fantasy, and when she was playing Final Fantasy 24, I think, the one she just played, which was...
Jesus, they're on 24 now?
I think so. Citation needed. But it was Game of Thrones, the Final Fantasying, and they all had stupid names, and like it was like Clive and Gav, and it's like they all had Gav was a Geordie, and Clive was from like I don't know the home counties.
Man, when did this series jump the shark?
It's Gav, mate, getting up the town. And it came out not so long ago, but then it'd be like he'd have to fight Bahamut. And it was like and running around, and it was just repeating, dodging the big fight coming, fight coming in, running around, avoid, fight, and I'm just not too sure.
I mean, obviously, I get massively fucked off at boss fights, no more so than during my playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn. The bosses on that were just fucking annoying.
Oh, really? It's therapeutic and satisfying to keep beating the shit out of something. I mean, there is that. There is a great sense of satisfaction, which this person does not believe you're getting from finally killing the person. You do that final thing when you've got the health bar, it drops to 0, and they go, ugh! And they drop to their knees, and they're like, oh my, this can't be. And like that, and then they just fall over, and it's like, and then the guy says something funny and witty and move on with their life.
I'm not reading Aletha's comments on grounds that her Apple product capitalized QuickTime as in the product QuickTime by Apple instead of QuickTime event.
Okay. Oh, really?
But she said things about QuickTime events.
On the other hand, when Final Fantasy 16 did QuickTime events instead of I said 24, but I think it was 16. Instead of 100% technique-based boss fight, I was quite relieved because it was a lot easier and very cinematic. Didn't realize Final Fantasy had any characters from Jamaica. You'd be surprised. The whole game was cinematic as fuck. Yeah, it really was. But in the middle, by the way, partway through, right? So you play Clive.
Why is there a character called Clive
because
in Final
those
Fantasy?
guys don't...
What the fuck, man?
Did no one tell...
I hate this series, and this just winds me up even.
Did no one tell Square Enix that Clive is not a sexy name?
How the fuck are fans of Final Fantasy tolerating this bullshit?
So Clive becomes really, really powerful, but despite that fact, you still have to go around doing loads of side quests. So it's like, here, Clive, I was wondering if you could help me catch all these rats and squeeze their blood. And
I couldn't possibly do that.
Chase these orphans back.
Go and see Fred in the castle. He'll help you out.
And it's like, do you know who I am? I'm like the most powerful person in the entire of the realm. And you've got me doing your fucking busy work. But that's never an option. He never just tells them to fuck off because he's got better things to do. I would love it. I would love it if instead of some person's like, oh, my cousin's gone missing down a well. Would you mind? No! I'm trying to save the world here. Find your own fucking cousins. He's over there. I can see him. He's waving at me. Fucking hell. I'm trying to literally save the world.
Aletha, I'm going to need an official opinion on which number Final Fantasy did it actually jump the shark. Because it was clearly a long time ago. So I just need to know. Like, 7 was the culturally acclaimed PlayStation one, right?
Oh, yeah. 7 is amazing.
Yeah. After that, it's probably downhill?
I don't think so. Actually, I should say, people didn't like 8. 9 was...
8. Okay, good.
People
that.
didn't like 8. I think that I played 10 and quite enjoyed it, but I haven't played anything since.
Never
and
played.
I would not have enjoyed Game of Thrones thing, the thing that she played 16.
I've never played a fantasy, final or otherwise. So there you go.
They are good. And if you're going to play any and never do it again, you should probably play the remastered version of 7.
I will not do that.
Really sexy, in which case don't. So, would you like the final...
It's the final wind down. We've gone back a decade from our 90s rave fest, but maybe we can, do a cover of it that's some kind of 90s version. Maybe we could take an existing song and make it a 90s rave version to close out the show. Get your ideas ready. I will have drunk more wine by then and we'll be up for anything, quite frankly. So I've got to walk home after this. That'll be fun. My leg might fall right off the bone. Don't do much walking. He's procrastinating over the level of alcohol in this glass. Really, it just needs to go in my face.
This is £18 worth of Waitrose wonderfulness.
Banjo cover of the final countdown. Ding ding, ding ding ding, ding ding ding, ding 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 ding, ding ding ding, ding ding ding, ding ding ding.
If you want to see me playing this, 18 quid. Must be very, it is really nice actually, yeah.
Yeah, it is nice. It's definitely the best one.
Cheers.
Absolute cheers.
If you want to see someone playing a banjo version,
Oh, you've got an actual banjo,
I
haven't
do,
you?
it's in over there.
Oh,
Not Final so Final Countdown. Your best chance is this Friday at 7:30, or maybe 8, I don't know. Let's say 7:30. Always be chatting. This Friday. It's going to be such a good night. It's going to be an incredible night. Julian and the Stroopwafels will be playing. Let's hope. Well, Julian will be here. I don't know how many of the Stroopwafels will be here.
Yeah, I never got that Julian thing. I think I joined too late to understand what the fuck was going on.
Julian is on a... I can't remember the name of the instrument. Anyway.
Ocarina?
Aletha will tell me. It's
Aletha.
not an ocarina.
I
Right.
don't think you can play Aletha on camera. That's against terms of service.
Have you got a better one than this?
No, I think you should do your...
Okay.
I've got several, but you should do your one, and then I can do one of these ones.
I'll read
and,
it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Automaton, yes.
Okay. Automaton.
Yes, that's what Julian is.
I think that's one of the members of the bloodline, isn't it? Automatonga.
Automatona.
Mm.
You press him and he makes noise.
He acknowledges his tribal chief.
Let's round out this wonderful wine-fueled episode of 90s Dance with our favourite segment and yours. Am I the arsehole?
Bow, 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 bow.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
I can't help thinking, Jeremy, that wine has made this episode so much better. We should drink every
It
time.
always does.
And by the way, we're not even drunk. We're just like really happy. I'm very happy anyway.
It has made me very happy. I was happy anyway, obviously, for reasons previously revealed. But
I'm just in a really good mood.
the only problem I have just realised in moving is that puts me about another 5-minute walk away from your house.
Oh, well,
It's a bit further to walk.
yeah. That is a problem.
Yeah. You'll just have to move closer to me.
Move closer.
Yeah. I've proven that, selling a property is possible. It isn't a myth. So you could do that and just move
And so can you.
next door or something. Then that's really not very far to
That's
go.
true. We can bash a hole through the wall.
Mm.
Jess has pink cheeks. You do have pink cheeks.
I always have pink cheeks. I probably have more pink cheeks now because I'm very warm.
This has been a wonderful episode, and it isn't over yet. So that's good news. And of course, there'll be a second stream this week. Man, you're getting all the stream. All of this sofa. If you like this sofa, you're going to fucking love it because you get it again on Friday. Right. Shall I go and you want to go? Shall I go? This has got a lot of maths in it and it probably needs to get out of the way.
Okay.
'Cause I want to throw this so fast into the bin over there, you have no idea.
Wow.
I don't think it's bad. I'm just saying I got it off the internet and now I kind of feel maybe it's like two trains are driving towards each other.
It is rage-inducing in the same way as a GCSE maths question. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's see how it goes and we'll throw it away afterwards. Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
for refusing to pay double my own meal bill at a family event? That's a weird way that I managed to cascade these two words together. Thank you, Will. Am I the arsehole for refusing to pay double my own meal bill at a family event? We had a family meal out for my nan's birthday yesterday. Family included. I love the way they've put this down. And they've got a list of all the family. I
I was going to
notice
say
this.
arsehole for not giving us Nan's age, but maybe that's coming in
It's
this
not,
list.
by the way.
Oh.
Family included. Nan. Family.
How old's your Nan, you prick?
This doesn't say.
Fucking hell.
Family A, which is 2 parents with 3 adult children, 18, 23, and 25.
Oh, they get ages. All right.
Family B, 2 parents with disabled adult son, unaged. Adult C, you can get in the C. Family D.
What?
This is what I mean.
I can't.
Would you like me to start again?
No, that make it worse. I speak like a Mario for some
I'm
reason.
far too tired for this bullshit. Me too. That's what I meant. Family D, 2 parents with 2.
Can we give them names? Get a pen. Let's give them names, because otherwise
Who
I'm
do you
not gonna
want?
follow this. Right, start at the top. Right,
Okay.
What have we got? Family A.
Yeah, 2
The-
parents with 3 adult children. Do you want
Two
names of the children?
parents.
I can't give them all names.
Well, you have to, otherwise I'm not going to follow this.
We'll
shit.
never be here all day. It won't matter, by the way. I've read it. It doesn't make any difference. What their names are, it doesn't matter.
Aardvarks, thank you.
By the way,
Dom.
because 2 parents have to name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need to name 14 people. I haven't got time for that.
You've read this. Who are the important people in this story? Let's just give them names.
They just generically go wild. They don't care. It's
Okay.
basically
It's like Hulkamania.
yeah,
Right.
it's running wild on us.
Okay.
Welcome in, Dom. Aardvarks to you two. Do you have a whiteboard for this? I do actually. I'll probably bring that out. Anyway,
Let's get past this bullshit.
a
then.
bunch of people.
If it doesn't matter. There's
Blah,
a lot
blah,
of people
blah.
in the family. Nan is an undisclosed age.
This was arranged by my family, a 25 female cousin, with meals pre-ordered from a fixed price menu. I chose a 2-course meal plus a soft drink. Everybody else, minus the young children, had a 3-course meal. I had a 2-course meal. They all had 3-course meals. They all had 2 alcoholic drinks and a hot drink each. For the sake of maths, I've removed the service charges and the tips from the bill. The bill arrived and I expected to pay for my meal and drink plus £2 towards my nan's meal.
Right.
Each of us contributed, so Nan ate for free. My meal was $18.95 plus $2.50 drinks, so I was expecting a bill of £25. That's all you really need to remember.
Right.
The 3-course meal everybody else had was $22.95, and each person spent a similar figure on alcoholic drinks, plus their own contribution to Nan's meal. My adult cousins in families A and B would be paid for by their parents. My family A cousin said each adult owed £50.
No.
That's really what it comes down to. She's paid 25. My adult cousin, who'd organised the whole thing, said, you all owe 50 quid. Including a division of the school-aged children's meals amongst everybody. So they're paying for the kids. I checked my sums again. The bill was definitely £25. But nobody mentioned that I'd consumed half of what everybody else had. And because I wanted a cheaper meal. So I reminded my cousin of the smaller meal and lack of alcoholic drinks and lack of hot drinks.
Yeah.
I left the room. Delete family.
Delete! Delete!
Did you say Nan 83 or Nan 8 for free? Nan
It's
83.
It's 8 for free.
I think it's
because
8. I've got to be
We
in.
have not got the age.
I like to think. So yeah, my meal was 25, and my cousin said we all owe 50. I left the room for 5 minutes, and chaos ensued. Everybody was shouting at everybody, and Family D brother-in-law started yelling at me, whilst my Family A aunt shouted at him, "She's not my granddaughter, so why do I have to pay for her?" People then glared at me, or avoided my eyes, and Family B aunt said, "You! Why can't you just muck in like everybody else?"
This family was the worst before they even started arguing.
And when I said I can't afford to pay double what my actual bill was, she said, "Then why didn't you say that at the start? What do we do? Not invite you to future events?" My Family A23 male cousin paid the bill and later messaged each person what they owed him. For reference, we have never split bills down the middle with different individual family sizes, including children with an age range of 20 years. It's not been fair to do so. So historically, bills have been paid with each family paying their own way. Now, with the aforementioned children now being adults, this rule has shifted a couple of times to splitting a bill equally amongst all the adults, with no thought towards anyone, usually me, who consumed less food and no alcohol. I challenged this once, and my family announced that some bullshit that's happening and nothing makes any difference. So yeah, basically, and this is definitely needs a TLDR, everyone yelled at everyone, and various members were confused as why she didn't want to pay double the money that she paid for and pay for children who don't belong to her.
Yeah, there are so many problems with this. First of all, why would anyone pay for another person's children, regardless of them being family? The parents of the children can pay for those children.
Correct.
Everyone else can fuck themselves. The only acceptable paying for somebody else in this whole scenario was the nan, because it's her birthday.
Yes.
And even then, just pay for Nan. She's lived long enough to deserve a free fucking meal from a freeloader cunty family, especially when they act like this on her fucking birthday.
Oh, yeah, on
Jesus
her birthday.
fucking Christ.
They're just fucking screaming at each other. Can you imagine the Nan, who, by the way, being the Nan is probably like, I've seen it all. This is bullshit. But you like making a mountain out of a
Now
molehill.
I've seen everything.
But yeah. Why? Why can't you muck in like everybody else? Fucking
Like,
what
just
a
pay for your
shitty
own meal.
family.
How do you feel generally about this whole idea of like a group goes to a restaurant and say, oh, well, let's just split the bill X number of ways for the number of people here?
I'm fine with it if we've all had the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not if we haven't. So, like, if we all go out and we all get a starter and a main and we have a couple of drinks, and I don't mind, I'll normally say, how do people feel about that? We've all had about the same. And if people say fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if
there's one person who is the exception to that,
they
then
pay their own thing,
it just doesn't work.
So if we all went out and you just had a salad and a Coke, and the rest of us all had...
That would never happen, by the way, but carry on.
In this fictitious example...
In Bizarro world, where
You've
Jez
had-
eats salads...
Because when you go out with Captain Brilliant, he normally has one extra thing on top of everything else. So if you have one starter, he has two or three. And if you have one main, he has two. And if you have two beers, he has three. And then it gets to the end of it, and he's like, Did I have another beer then? And we're
I've just changed my item based on this one.
So, but in a situation like this, normally what happens is when I've gone out, we've all had about the same, and then sometimes Duncan and Amy don't tend to drink. So as a result, I go, you do you, we cut that off, they're done, and the remainder of us divide the rest of it. So you can be cool with it.
Fair. Yeah.
But I would never make someone pay for stuff they didn't have. We'll just fucking pay what we want if it was so crazy that one person had a Coke, one person had a 3-course meal, one person had lobster, and one person had...
Because
do you know
there
what
are
I mean?
definitely cunts out there who take advantage. It's like, we're going to split this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have £100 worth of stuff while everyone else has £30 worth of stuff. And then they'll all pay for my shit.
I know somebody who is often like, we're all adults here, let's just split it regardless. So as a result...
The fuck has adulthood got to do with that?
they kind of feel like, they're like, doesn't matter, we're definitely paying the tip. I've decided the tip's happening, and we paid all this money, regardless of whether you drank or not. We're splitting it down the middle because that's what adults do. So as a result, and that way, this person is very much like, doesn't matter what you had, don't give a fuck. We're all splitting it. It's done, of course. And by the way, we've already put the tip on. And it's like, oh, I guess you've decided for all of us. So there are people like that out there, and that is obviously bullshit. But what can you do? My dad and his wife are vegan. Every time
sorry about that, Dom. It must be horrible at Christmas.
Every time they go to a Christmas meal with her side of the extended family, they A, have to eat some rubbish salad and side vegetables, and B, are expected to pay the huge surcharge for Christmas meals and cover her children. Sometimes spare, but they are adults. Also, my dad has been the only one happy to tip more than once. Awful.
I mean, the A part of that is valid. I mean, what the fuck do you want if you're a vegan? Like, just take some leaves and be happy with it. Everything else, yes, I'm with you.
By the way, Joe, I'm totally with you. This was an example of something that actually happened, and it irritated the shit out of me. And we don't all have the same salary.
Walk away from bullshit. That's a very good point, Jim.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I dig that.
Not the arsehole. I would have walked past the table after leaving the bathroom, pay for mine, and then get the fuck out.
I would have left £25 on the table and then walked the fuck out. Like,
one time,
you guys work it out.
One time I got into, we went to a, I don't want to get into too much because it's going to too much information, but I got into...
Might it require you drinking for an X or something?
No, it's nothing like that. It just reveals things about people that are real, and I can't be doing that. I'm for real on this one. But what did happen is that we went to a thing, and one person was incredibly racist and started being shit, and didn't realize they were being racist, which is the kind of worst kind of racism, and didn't understand how something worked. And I was just like, I can't. And I tried to explain it, and they were like, and they threw it up on me. Do you not know how this works? I can't believe you'd say such a thing, Alex. And it was just really shitty behavior because they were very much the arsehole. It was a very difficult thing. And I'm like, how do I get out of this? So I went, hold on just one moment. And I walked to the bar, put £30 on the bar because that was how much was definitely going to cover it, and then just left. And that was how I resolved it. So yes, I have done exactly that. So I'm going to stop you there for a moment. 30 quid out. Never went back. But that does not happen very often. I don't hang around with racists very often, but sometimes.
Sometimes you're entrapped.
Sometimes you're
by
entrapped.
racists.
You didn't know.
You know,
Sometimes it takes a long time for the racist to actually.
the
out
racist was coming
themselves
from inside the pub.
as racist. Yeah. Message from Dom. I am, as previously noted, a cunt. And that's the end of the message.
I don't see any more.
No, definitely not.
When it comes to drinks, but I always try to go to the bar and buy my expensive wine cocktail separate from the bill, so it doesn't confuse stuff at the end. Yeah, no, confuse stuff at the end. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, if I have this thing, it's gonna be, especially even at work where we're all kind of, there's not subsidized, but sometimes the boss will get it, and I'm still kind of like, it's not on work, it's just them as a real person, and I'm like, I really want this drink, but no, I can't be doing that.
Oh,
And
no,
then
fuck that. If it's a boss, their salary is vastly above yours.
Yeah, but,
and
like,
fuck them.
what I mean is sometimes it's not the boss, sometimes it's like the
Somebody
colleague
who's like
yeah.
parallel with you.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
and like
fine.
in a situation where being cool is a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
but
no.
then at that point they're like, "No, Alex, it's Christmas," and then you're like, "Well, okay then." But like, yes, there's times when you can be a bit cool about that sort of thing and be like, Everyone else is drinking Coke and I want a fucking whiskey sour, so I'll just buy my whiskey sour. But yeah, I'm totally with you on that one. But am I the arsehole for asking to pay only for what I have consumed at this family event, plus my contribution for my nan's meal? No, you are not the arsehole. Your family are mega cunts. Emancipate yourself.
Sorry, can't agree. You wrote this like a total bell end, so you are also the arsehole. Everyone sucks here.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally fair. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can spin this round.
Mm.
I'm glad I got that off the board because I thought it was amusing because it was one of these family of cunts one, but the maths on it just drove me up the wall.
So I was going to do one-iter of my 4 that I have on the board, but after that one, I think I'm going to switch things up to do a kind of similar vibe.
Okay.
Keep it food-related.
Yes.
How are you feeling about this final wine, by the way?
Do you know what? I've been drinking
Is it
it.
as good as the first time you had it?
I forgot. I've just been drinking it and not thinking about it, but I don't think it's as good as I first had it.
All right. I disagree. I think this is definitely still the best one. And
No, it is really nice, but I think I've just taken my eye off the wine, but it is nicer than the others.
You're wine blind from all the other wines.
Yeah, I'm kind of not paying attention. I'm just drinking it, which is not a good position to be in, basically. But yes, it is still the best. But they're all kind of become a more amorphous wine blob.
What was that one called? The super mega expensive one?
I'll tell you. Hold on, I'm going to get it.
Does it have a cunty looking bottle?
No.
That's the question. Here he comes. Luigi Bosca.
Luigi Bosca.
Yeah, that is not a good bottle. But it is a good wine. So
Luigi Bosca for £18 at Waitrose.
take from that what you will. Does wine get worse if ignored, and bad wine gets better?
Does better wine get worse if you ignore? Wine does not like to be ignored.
That seems like some kind of brain twister, Joe, at this time of night.
Oh, shit.
Is that labia majora on the bottle?
bottle? I don't think so. What are you looking at?
I think it's the V at the
V.
top. I mean, if I was designing a wine bottle, I'd slip a labia in there just to throw things around. Who doesn't want a labia
Vulva
on
B.
their wine? Who doesn't want a labia full stop? Anyway,
I was wondering if it was a cunty looking bottle. Ah, I see. That joke was far too good. Far too good for
way
us.
above our head at this time of night.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we've had
shall-
4 glasses of wine.
Shall we, arsehole?
Yes, let's arsehole.
Okay. Am I the arsehole?
You are.
Good, thank you for that
For
update.
clarification.
Mm-hmm. Am I the arsehole for having a go at my boyfriend when he ate the last of my food while I was in the bathroom?
She goes to take a shit. He eats her food. I mean, I don't know what's going on in the bathroom. I thought I'd be crude. I'm so sorry. It's not like me at all. Calling it, not the arsehole.
Could have been going in there to jerk off. Who knows?
I know, right?
Am I the arsehole for having a go at my boyfriend when he ate the last of my food while I was in the bathroom? So, my boyfriend, 24M,
Mm-hmm.
and I, 24F,
Uh-huh.
went to a restaurant for only our second time eating out together.
Okay.
This week has been really rough at work, and I asked him to go out for food, saying I needed a pick-me-up, which is unnecessarily hyphenated.
Is it pick-me-up?
It is. It's just not necessary.
Well, it could be worse, but I understand what you're saying.
Hyphens are for clarity, not just to pepper through your writing because you're a cunt.
Tamsin doesn't share food.
Does Tamsin use hyphens properly?
Throw the whole leftovers away.
I know that Tamsin is, very good at the English and does even the textbooks for the English and stuff. Please tell me you're not a hyphen twat.
I would never throw food away if I leave
everyone
this.
is a hyphen
She'll know.
twat.
I never throw her food away. The other day, there was some food that wasn't thrown away but was hidden in the fridge. And she's like, has this food been thrown away? I'm like, no.
M dashes are for clarity.
I love M dashes.
M dash ba da ba
Ba-doo
M
dash, skip it up, ba-doo
M dash doop da ba do M dash ba.
I bloody love an M dash so much.
Yeah.
When an M dash, you're gone.
This M dash should be fucking gone.
What a banger. I drop a little harmony. You can expect that this Friday. I'll do the full M dash song this Friday on Always Be Chatting.
Just heard the loudest laugh from Aletha in the other room on the far side of Borton Towers. That was great.
M
Love that.
dash. Is
right.
it a comma? Is it a full stop? Somewhere in between? M dash. Carry on. I'm so sorry.
I'm not here Friday, by the way. I'm
Are you
just
not?
saying.
What are you doing Friday?
I'm not
What are you
doing
doing?
anything. Okay, well, I just didn't think I was invited to the singing stuff because I can't do that.
I mean, I
But-
presumed you were going to watch it. I was going to
entertain.
entertain you.
Yeah, I mean, I can come over.
Let me entertain you.
Okay,
Maybe you should come over.
I'll come over then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. M dash.
Right.
Anyway, back to the unnecessary hyphens. I mentioned I wasn't super hungry since I'd already eaten, but I was really looking forward to having some dumplings and soup. I even talked about how excited I was for the dumplings during the drive there. She likes dumplings.
She does.
When we ordered, I made it clear that I only wanted 4 dumplings and some soup. My boyfriend ordered 2 large mains for himself, since he has a bigger appetite. When the bill came, he suggested we split it down the middle. That's not what it says.
Family B kicked off!
When the food arrived, I shared my soup with him and tasted a bit of his food, but I was mostly focused on my dumplings.
Be focused on your dumplings.
That's what he's hoping to be focused on later.
Yeah.
When you go home. So
He's
don't
made
eat
a
too
mistake.
much. Just saying.
Focused on your dumplings. That's why she has to go to the bathroom.
To drop a massive dumpling.
Put in the dumpling.
When my dumplings came,
This is a second date, right? There should not be a third. This is the second time they've eaten out together. That I know this sounds like picky, but it might not be their second date. This could be their 80th date, and all the other
just
dates,
might not
and they
eat
just
out
don't
very
eat out very
Yeah,
often. Yeah.
yeah. dumpling him. Boom. Fuck Shedstall.
Oh shit! I do love a dumpling.
When the dumplings came, I ate one before I needed to run to the bathroom. When I got back, he had eaten both of the remaining dumplings.
My dumplings?
I was really upset
Fuck, I would be.
because I'd been looking forward to them and I only got to
Oh.
eat one.
Fuck off.
How did he not know you were really looking forward to these dumplings when you said dumplings 67 times so far in this fucking ITA?
Don't eat her dumpling. Did she go on a date with Captain Brilliant? Because that does sound like that's a classic Brilliant
It's
move.
immediately what I thought when I read this. For
That
the
is
first
dumpling.
Time.
Dumpling.
I'm like, this is great because Alex will bring up how this is like Captain Brilliant.
Captain Brilliant did this one time when I've said it all before. It doesn't matter. He's done it. But he just does. He loves doing this.
We all know the Captain Brilliant playbook.
Yeah, the Captain Brilliant. It's like hungry hippos. Only he disables your hippo, and he's got the other 3 hippos.
Nom nom northerner.
If
It's hungry hippos equivalent.
it's just 4 petty heads. We'll get to it, and it just they on big long necks and just eating pork pies really quickly like this. If it's Asian pork dumplings, I would be out for blood. Pro play, make too many dumplings and offer them the last ones. Works every time.
I mean, you
Yes.
can't do that in a restaurant, but yeah.
Did the waiter bring the second portion of dumplings he had already ordered while they were in the bathroom?
No. He ate her dumplings.
He ate.
He ate his girlfriend's dumplings.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. I eat your dumplings. Yeah, she ate one of her dumplings. She had 3 left. She went to the bathroom, saving the knowledge they would be there when she got back, and he went, oh.
Really piss easy GCSE maths question. 24F had 4 dumplings. She ate one dumpling. How many dumplings did the boyfriend eat?
How long will this relationship last after tonight?
How dumplinged is the boyfriend? Yeah. I was really upset because I was looking forward to them and had only got to eat one. I told him how disappointed I was, and he called me oh no, sorry, that's not what he said. That would be the appropriate thing to say, but that's not what she said.
If I had dared to eat my partner's dumplings, I would only do so if I had also ordered additional dumplings.
And then it's like a psych thing. It's like, I ate all your dumplings. Psych, here's a new portion of 4. Now you get 1 extra dumpling. Anyway, when I got back, we've done that bit. Fuck me, can't read. I was really upset because I was looking forward to them and only got to eat 1. I told him how disappointed I was and called him selfish, saying he never thinks of me. I asked him to pay for how much he ate, since I had specifically wanted those dumplings.
Oh, man.
Pay for those dumplings, motherfucker. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I feel like I should have asked that he should have asked. Fucking hell. Can't read. I don't want to make a big deal out of it.
Dumpling blind.
But I feel like he should have asked before just taking them.
100%.
Especially since I had expressed how excited I was. And we know how excited
There will not
she
be
was.
a third date. He's not worth it. Just dump him now. We're all in agreement. I would yoink his wallet out of his pocket and use his card to order more. 100%.
That is
Victoria.
the play. That is absolutely the play.
Yeah.
Like, Garçon.
Garçon
I'm
means
going to
boy.
need 4 more dumplings on his bill because this motherfucker just ate mine. Thanks very much. Am I the arsehole for getting upset, calling him out for being selfish, and asking him to pay more? You should have got him to pay for the whole fucking meal.
Encore, he should pay more. Yeah. No, you're not the arsehole. He is the arsehole. He ate your food. My dumplings? She said how excited she is for them. He's a dead man. I can't imagine a situation where at the end of a hard week, Aletha says something like, I really want to go out and have Marley's.
Or JB Sushi.
Or JB Sushi, and I can't wait to eat one of the many things we eat. Oh, the nice chicken. Yeah, oh, she would. I mean, I love gyoza, but she would go for the nice chicken teriyaki thing that she's found is much cheaper. And I've just and she went to the bathroom and I just scooped it off the table, petty style. I've run out of wine. I'm fucking myself. Yeah, she would just stun at me and leave me in bits on the table. That would be it. There'd be an RKO out of nowhere.
Also, I don't think Jez got enough props for the dumpling him line. I appreciate it, Dom, but I was just riffing on what Tamsin said. She gets the credit.
If it's funny, Tamsin probably said it.
Probably. Yeah. She is our shadow writer for this show.
Don't mess with people's food. Right, I mean, this has been so well supported, this. It's so true, though. Mm-hmm. Just don't fuck with other people's food.
Don't fuck with it. Don't fuck in it. End of clarification. In it. Brap.
Yes, so she is not the arsehole for kick. I lost it at the end there, but she kicks off a little bit, does she? Or does she just go, what the fuck, man?
Not really. I've thrown it away now.
Oh, yeah, fuck it, it's over there.
She basically was like, you're paying for the dumplings. Not her entire meal. Just, you're paying for the dumplings because you ate most of them.
Yes, get me some fucking dumplings.
Yeah.
You know the word hangry? She's still going to be hangry. She's had one dumpling.
Yeah. And she had a shit day and was going to have a nice thing to cheer her up again. And you've eaten all her food, so now...
Imagine making it worse.
Yeah. She's had a shit day. Now she's had an even more shit day because her cunty boyfriend has eaten all of her fucking dumplings. And all she wanted to do was go for a shit.
Well, I had a bad day. Taking one dump.
I came back home and my boyfriend ate it all.
When she said I went off to the bathroom, I figured they were back at home and they brought the leftovers back. And she went to the toilet and he went, well, leftovers for me.
Leftovers would have been a bit more acceptable.
But that is not what's happened here.
Not
they were
actually
legitimately at a restaurant and it's like, well, I guess, you snooze, you lose. She's having a shit. She probably isn't having a shit, by the way. It's outrageous. What are we fucking in? What
I
are
mean,
we
she
in?
might
Ellie?
be having a
Goodness
shit.
me.
Women shit as well, Alex. It's not just
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, and like as from the beginning of this whole thing, you can see how equitable, equal, and
Exactly.
lovely I am.
I'm going to get it on a t-shirt. Women are shitters too.
Women are shitters
It's like
too.
punters are people too. Women are shitters too.
And by the way, it will fold round and it'll just say "women are shit too," and you'll be like, "Mate, do you know what I
like,
mean?"
mate.
Awkward. Women are shit too. Only the two will fold under like that, so it'll just say "women are
It's
shit."
like, am I right? Yeah, it folds when you sit down.
When you
so
sit
don't
down,
even
it folds
try.
this
It
way
just
and it's
covers
behind
over.
the thing.
Women are shit.
Women are
too.
shit, and it's
I'm
like, no, that's the way.
No, I don't think that's the message we're trying to convey here. Thank you very much. What are we fucking in? Dumplings, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe gyoza. I like
Dumplings
gyoza.
are one of my favorite things. I don't care if they're like dumplings or gyoza or momos. If it's a little dumplingy thing, I'm eating that shit.
I like the other Japanese kind of dumplingy thing. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like white puffy things with like beef in the middle.
Like a bao.
a bao,
a bao,
ball.
a
Yeah,
bao. Yeah.
I like those.
Women are shit too. God.
Isn't that a Slipknot song? Women equal shit. No, Slipknot are very progressive. It's just people.
It's
equal
just
shit.
people.
Yeah, and
Back to Alex's
That-
misogyny.
is a message that we can take to the bank.
Mm.
People equal shit.
Yes. As will be proven this weekend, or tonight and tomorrow when America goes to the polls.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
let's hope not.
Let's hope not. We live in hope. We live in hope.
The polls suggest that America are not cunts.
I hope not.
Let's hope that the voting public prove that
Oh,
correct.
man, I'll be so happy. Right. Are we at the end? Because I know you said you had another one, but I didn't know if you
I've
wanted
got
to.
3 more, but I don't think I.
I
need
think
to do
that's a
any
really
more.
good
I
one.
think that's a good.
I feel
wrap-up.
that we're.
Yeah.
Sadly, the Electoral College is garbage. Well, we'll learn lots about the Electoral College when we watch West Wing, which is something that's going to be happening. Right.
Now then, we said we would take requests for a 90s rave song to finish
Encore.
off.
Do you want more?
No, that's 2000s. So
Okay.
let's go back to the 90s.
Okay. Well, we're going to leave now,
we could do
and we'll see you later.
we could do 2 Unlimited again. You know.
No, we have to leave because we can't do an encore unless we actually leave.
Oh.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, but
if we stay
we've got to
here,
finish a song before we leave, right?
well,
So-
I mean that was
We did the
Am I the
song.
Arsehole was effectively the song La Bamba.
So what you're saying
Fuck
is
off.
so what you're saying is we could just peace out right now. So what you're saying?
Yeah, and then we'll come back.
Will we?
Yes, we'll be back in just a minute. Wait for your encore. Unbelievably, we're actually back. Well, you wanted more. Feliz Navidad. They want Feliz Navidad. Do you know if you
We
came
are
over?
a month too early for
Feliz Navidad.
I did think, going back to actually talking rather than finishing this show, that maybe we could do a Christmas singing kind of DGMS to finish.
Oh
the-
yeah, we could do that.
that might be nice. Even if it's just me singing Feliz Navidad 6 times, that I'll be down with that.
I thought they were just being cocked, but they are back. We're here. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. It's the 4th of November from the bottom of my heart.
There will be no encore. Fuck you.